Okay, I think we're just about ready to get started. I guess in terms of non specifically stream related news, but due to the Black Friday sales coming up, I am actually looking for things to improve the quality of the stream. So I'm getting a microphone, which I could use both in the stream and off the stream. Hopefully that'll bump up the quality a little bit. And yeah, I was just thinking about where to go after this game. Maybe. Maybe we'll end up doing Origin after this one. It seems like there's still a decent amount of content. And speaking of which, just before this stream started, I just did a quick run around the dungeons because we were missing a couple treasures here and there. And they were much easier to find than I thought. I just got really unlucky while I was searching for them. So I think with that, we're going to switch over to the game itself. Make sure everything's looking a-okay, and it does. So let's go back to our save file all the way at the end of the game. We have a crystal we could talk to go to the past, and presumably we'll have a follow-up with EO, who I already 10,000% assumed is a boss. I don't think the game will disprove me, but we'll see how that goes. So we're going to ignore that event for now, but the thing that's been bothering me since like the beginning of the game, and I could not figure out where it was, is the treasure in Eroded Valley. So I found it. So let's start with this one. So if we go ahead and take a look at the map, there is actually a treasure chest right here on the map, and I must have walked by this so many times, I am so surprised it did not light up on the radar. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of breeze on over here. So we're going to get around the frogs. We don't really need to mess with them.
I bet I can catch a lot.
They seem to be in our way, unfortunately, but we'll brute force our way there. See that? Like, that time I wasn't even close, and I guess the Farsight orb detected the treasure chest, which is kind of annoying. I'm not sure why it took so long to find that one treasure. So that's one down in the Eroded Valley, just an antidote ×3. How's it going, Chris? And now we had one other treasure here in the marshland. And let me see where this one is. I think this might be closer to our destination. So one of them I feel like I picked up, I think maybe off stream, and I just forgot to go back to it. So I completely forgot that there was a treasure here. But I could have sworn we picked up a bait ×5 while we were on the stream, unless there's multiple bait ×5 in this area. So we're just going to go ahead and recollect that, because I really honestly thought that we got this treasure chest. Oh, not in this little cranny.
See something?
So we're going to ignore whatever that is. Let's not deal with it. Listen, we're just here for the treasure. We're going to leave. See, there we go. Like, I swear we got bait ×5, unless there's 2 in this area, which would make a little sense. So, with that in mind, I just want to get you into the mindset of what I'm going through. So, I went, okay, all the treasures, check. There's a final boss, presumably that's where we're getting the last exploration percentage. So I skimmed through every single journal, and I noticed there is one character who is still missing his villager notes. And we cannot have that happen. So I remembered something from earlier, like much earlier, that I thought the game did automatically and didn't realize it didn't do it. So remember the first time we fought the Kraken, how they looked at the plaque for the ship? Our characters never actually picked that up. So let's go back and pick that up. It was like right here. Yeah, remember this? It was in the cutscene. The Lombardia. We could just pocket it, apparently. Yeah, that's all we had to do. So anyway, we're gonna go take that massive plaque, and now we're gonna go find Cathu. Yeah, that was a oops. So let's give him the ship nameplate. Says, could it be the nameplate from the Lombardia? And then Cathu's like, are you using it as a weapon? And Sahad just nods. Adol handed it over and explained how he found it down in the Okeanos' nest. Cathu responds, I see, down there, huh? contemplates briefly. Looking at this reminds me of the first time I boarded the Lombardia, an enormous ship with 4 masts. It was love at first sight. The captain and my colleagues loved that ship. We were like a big family. Even when it's in this form, I'm happy to know it's with me. I'm not gonna say we got revenge. I'm just gonna say I feel the same. I feel like that's a more neutral response.
Adol.
Kathy says, thank you, Adol. Hearing that, I feel better. It seems like I was letting it drag me down internally. As a member of her crew, I felt like I could have done something. But that's not true at all. I'll be positive and stay strong. Hey, I know what we could do with this nameplate. Look, Kathy, we already talked about this. We know we can wield it as a weapon. Sahad could do it. He absolutely could. He says, how about we put it on the ship we're constructing right now? Yes. What? Like, why yes, I would like to be reminded of the ship that sunk. It's kind of like naming your ship the Titanic. Like, it just seems like this is a bad / poor taste. Why would we do this? Or excuse me, it's the Lombardia too. It's very different. Oh my god, Kathy! Kathy, I was joking! No, you're not supposed to actually call it the Lombardia too. Oh my god. Chat, come on. What is this? Kathy doesn't learn. See, this is why he's not the captain, chat. Just ridiculous comments like this. I can't take him seriously if he's gonna say stuff like this. Wait, both of our options are to agree? Are you serious? Well, I don't think it's a fitting name. That is just straight up a lie and really terrible. I guess the captain would be proud. I guess that could be a true statement, so I'll pick the bottom option. And Kathy says, yeah, and now that it's inherited the name, we can't bring shame to it. Alright, now that that's settled, I'm gonna work even harder. Kathy's approval is maxed out. Oh, Kathy. I don't think I've ever heard that turn of phrase. I've heard of things like lend me your ear, but can I bend your ear for a second? I don't think I've ever heard it phrased like that. In any case, Kathy says the ship is almost complete, but it's missing one last finishing touch. Is it a new name? I mean, at this point, I think it's a new name.
There's something I want to ask you, Adol. The captain entrusted you with his last wish to help the passengers escape this island. May I take on his last wish too?
It is very tempting to say that's not up to me to decide. I'll ask him what he's talking about.
My story's a long one, but can you hear me out? I was born and raised in a prominent port town.
Well, Kathy, we didn't actually agree. Oh, okay.
And a target for bullies. I spent all my time at the port, watching the ships. It was Captain Barbaros himself who asked me to join the crew of the Lombardia.
He said I needed some cannon fodder for the high seas.
I aspired to be someday.
Oh, Kathy,
Things would play out like this.
you didn't choose a good idol.
Primordial and beast attacks are getting worse every day. To be honest, I'm not really sure what's going to happen to the village. But I feel like if I'm honoring the captain's last wish, I can fight my way through whatever lies ahead. By escaping this island, I'll have earned the right to call myself a true member of the Lombardia's crew. That's why I'm asking you, Adol. So please, let me join you in taking on his last wish.
I love that none of our options are to say no. I guess let's fulfill our duty together, sailor.
Yeah. Thank you, Adol. I'll never forget this. Once I escape this island, the first thing I'm gonna do is go back home. And then, I'm gonna get my own ship.
Kathy, you didn't learn anything.
I wanted to be the stalwart captain of a large crew. Just like Captain Barbaros.
Or your ship's gonna sink now. Don't say stuff like that. Oh, no, no. We do not look forward to boarding your ship someday. That's going down to the bottom of the ocean. But we'll support your choice to make poor choices. Sure. I guess we could get behind that.
Thank you, Adol. Rest in peace, Captain. No matter where we go, please watch over us.
That's not how wind works. No. No, Adol, our third option should be, wow, that was a really convenient wind that made it, like, defy gravity for a second, like it was a feather, even though it's a hat, and it would kind of sink like a rock, and wouldn't really drift like that. But sure, I guess we could say it looks like a gift from the captain. Man, those anime wins, they just come out of nowhere.
Thank you, Captain. I'll take care of things down here.
So with that, if we check out the journal, every single character is maxed. We still have some missing history involving Rastal and Io. So I guess we'll learn if Rastal survives, but it doesn't really matter one way or another because he's dead anyway at this point in the game. So I feel like that's a missed opportunity from the game's behalf. Io, I'm convinced is a boss, so that's why we're missing hers. Is there any other character missing something? No. So it seems like we are very much at the end of the game. I don't think I've missed anything at this point, in terms of side story anyway. So these words are for you. May your blazing hair burn to the last strand. What does that even mean? Always be yourself to the very last. Sounds like he's trying to set us on fire. I don't know if I want to call that proper wordsmithing there, Austin. Oh, Austin, the very confused poet.
Which one do you want?
I just want to check one thing in here. You know what's kind of weird about this is, like, this would have actually been more tempting to put on the AI, but then I realized it only gives HP absorb and minus defense. It doesn't actually increase strength, so that is suddenly a much less tempting option. I think if we were looking to cheese bosses, I imagine the Sun Talisman could be kind of interesting. And definitely immunity to ailments. I could see being pretty useful. I'm just double checking in here if there's anything worth taking. So far, not really. I mean, we don't really need Master Gauntlets for anybody. Got the Hellfire Gauntlets. Yeah, I think that's about it. We'll just do a quick look at the blacksmith to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Oh, look at that! I guess we never looked at the description of this weapon because we just kind of attained it in a cutscene. But it says, contains the psyches of species past to conquer the providence of despair. So it adds a significant amount of defense to him, and it's a decent attack power. But of course, as we all might have noticed, Sahad is stronger. And that's all that really matters. Wow, we are missing one Dragon Crest Stone, chat. Let's, for the sake of saying that we maxed it, why don't we trade up for that last Dragon Crest Stone? Oh, am I forgetting where it is? Oh, it was right at the bottom. I just went too quick.
Oh, done already?
So there we go, Chad. We did it, even though we basically stopped using Hummel.
I'll get started. All right, finished. Is that it?
Nice and finished. None of these armors are, frankly, really worth it. I just like evade too much to really take advantage of the crit. I mean, I guess we have enough big pearls for Auragrass. I guess I could take it. We'll do one last detour over to the doctor. So we'll give him the Dynasty formula we got from before.
What do you need?
So now we could, in theory, give ourselves 100% extra gauge. I mean... Wow, I have 3 empty bottles.
Here you go.
I mean, sure. Hey, Granite Knight, how's it going? Also, I totally forgot we picked up the 30 Auragrass. Huh. Well, I will take at least... You know what, let's take 11. Let's take all in strength. I want to make a different save here, actually. And what I'm just going to end up doing in this particular save is if I go to... Oh, here it is. If I go to here, let's just add more power to... Maybe Laxia? Just to kind of round it off. I mean, Sahad has got over 1,000 strength. He doesn't need any more at this point. Yeah, let's make Laxia powerful, because we've been using her to cheese fights. So it wouldn't hurt if her damage was a bit higher. Because, I mean, even with that massive upgrade, she's so far behind in damage. Hey, Antos, how's it going? Various species of the past have faced Lacrimosa. While they lost, they were able to make the tree psyches grow. Oh, sorry about that, chat. Looks like the stream might have dipped briefly, but we should be good. As of now. I think I'm having some, like, signal interference from across the street or something weird. But in any case, Donna says they were able to intertwine their hopes together. Now they are in our hands. One more step. We only need one more step. Sorry to hear about your ears, Granite Knight. Hopefully a bit of rest will help you feel better in general, though. So, Chad, I think that is it in terms of side story content. The only other place we could really go to is the past. So we are rapidly approaching the end of the game now. So Donna's Virtue is, I believe, maxed. We got our reputation about as high as it's ever going to get, because some of those S ranks are absurd. So I'm assuming we're on track for the true ending by like a long shot. So now we're getting a little description as to where this flashback is taking place. So this says, 3 months have passed since Donna visited the Saren Garden. It says white memory. So this looks like the remains of the capital. People are still technically alive at this point in time, it seems.
Please watch your step. It's easy to lose your footing here.
Uh-oh, Rastal has an eye patch.
Thank you, Rastal. I can't believe how cold the kingdom has gotten.
Yes. The chill has only intensified since we left 3 months ago.
If this continues, the capital will. I hope everyone who has been evacuated to the palace is safe.
Yes. We must hurry.
I sense something.
What is it, my lady?
I'm not sure. I just felt like we were being watched. Such a cold gust.
If only we had more clothing.
It seems to have subsided. But whatever it was you sensed has been quieted by the wind. I'm sorry I did not act sooner.
It's okay. Please don't concern yourself with it. In situations like this, he reminds me so much of Drian. Still, that presence I sensed, it seemed familiar somehow.
The air is getting colder. Even with our essence equipment protecting us, temperatures this low are still dangerous. We should enter the palace. Lady Olga is expecting us.
Yes.
I'm not sure who's saying this particular dialogue bubble, but it says, haha, so I'm the last one standing. Don't worry, my friend, I'll be with you soon. Another person says, I'm cold, I hurt. Another dialogue bubble says, I heard rumors that we're out of food. If that's the case, then maybe I should. ... New person, it's over, Eternia's over, we're doomed! Doomed, I say! Hello, Sia. Okay, so she announced her presence, so everybody's turning to us. Dialogue bubble says, aw, you're right, it's Lady Donna. She's back. I thought she abandoned us. Just like Queen Sarai and Consul Darius. Donna asks if this is everyone. Rastel says there are fewer people.
Oh no. At this rate, it's going to...
Lady Donna.
So Chris in the chat was asking about a DLC for the game apparently just being an HD texture pack. Yes. I think that was just one of the updates to give a quality of life change to the game, but they didn't want to, I guess, spend extra time on the menus, so they just decided to leave it up to the user, whether or not they thought their system could handle the HD texture pack. So anyway, Donna's saying, I know it's not much, but I found some medicinal herbs. I hope you feel better soon. Kajora says, really? When the herbs wear off, am I gonna die? Well, that's pretty dark. Hello, Kingdom Civilian. So he says, he was full of energy and inspired everyone around him. I was so proud of my little brother, but he died so fast after he got sick. He says, at least it was quick, I guess. If only you had come sooner. Oh, he's saying, who is he kidding? Wouldn't have made a difference. Hello, Kingdom Civilian. Oh, he's telling us to piss off. He's not very nice. He's not a very nice guy. I mean, I feel like there was a faction of people. So Chris in the chat's asking about, didn't they want to kill Donna last time? I feel like there was a faction of people that wanted to kill her. Presumably most of them are gone. Doesn't mean there's not somebody in here that isn't going to try to kill Donna still. And the secretary is just saying that we're all going to die. The civilians blaming the secretary. If he'd just done his job, none of this would have happened. Hello, Mira. So Mira's deciding because she has no family, she can help people. Even though Frito's clumsy, she needs him. Frito's father here, named Orlet, is on his deathbed, presumably. So I'm assuming they're getting an illness from the cold. That's what they're doing? I mean, like... I mean, I suppose even if they use magic to somehow keep warm, I guess it wouldn't matter eventually anyway, because it would never end until they did die. So I guess no matter what they tried to do, they were gonna die. So even if they somehow isolated this place from temperatures, I'm sure eventually the world would basically destroy itself so that nothing would live. And I guess the tree would then birth things, even if technically all of their life is dead. Hmm. Oh, Cleric Cecil is here. She says, I'm sorry I wasn't able to fulfill my promise to support you. Donna says she looks very haggard. Cleric says, this is kind of embarrassing, but Sia's actually been taking care of me. I'm supposed to be taking care of her, but I must admit she's a fast learner. Tell her she's doing a good job for me, okay? Hello, Antia. I don't really remember who you are. But she's crying on the bed. Hello, Cleric Sienna. We've seen you a few times. We're on good terms with her. So we're saying she looks well. Sienna says, of course, I mean, a lot has happened, but... Lady Donna, I have some bad news about Odo. The cleric says it was just a few days ago. He used the last of his essence to protect us from the cold front. Oh, okay, so they're actually addressing the fact that they could have used the essence against the cold. Okay. I'm glad that did actually come up within the game itself. Because I was thinking about that before. Like, I was surprised they weren't trying to do more. So they did, it would just kill them because they just get overworked. So Sienna says, I'm sorry to have to tell you this when you've only just returned. Please come inside, I've been waiting for you. Hello, man. My entire family died from frost fever. Okay, so they gave a name to the illness, frost fever. So let's see, he says, I fled my homeland and came all the way here. How long must we endure it? Hello, Sia. She welcomes us back. So we're asking her not to push herself too hard. She's still recovering from an injury. Sia says, I'll be fine. Besides, I'm good at this stuff. Me and my mom are doing okay thanks to everyone. I gotta pay them back somehow. Examine. Donna says it's a prayer tree. I wonder if someone here planted it. I must report to Olga right away, she says after we've talked to literally everybody but Olga.
But our food supply is scarce. The stockpile commissioned by the Queen is nearly empty.
As things stand now, we may not outlast the cold.
Do you think this winter will ever end? They say Lady Donna no longer receives visions. If she has lost her powers, as the rumors suggest, she has no right to lead us.
Mind your tone. Lady Donna risked her life to travel north and investigate. Even if she has lost her powers, her dedication to her people is without question.
That's not what I meant. I just...
Stop it, both of you. This argument is pointless. Regarding our food supply, we have potatoes stored in the underground sanctuary. We'll ask anyone who is able to bring them here.
Oh, I see. Thank you, Lady Olga. I'll let the people know right away.
Also, I know there are still pockets of survivors in the city. I want you to investigate, and tell any survivors you find to evacuate to this location.
Good idea. Anyone who's still out there won't survive the next cold front. My men and I will depart at once.
Good. I'm counting on you both.
Okay, so let's try to talk to the civil servant. Oh, nope. Still sucked into the cutscene.
Lady Donna? It's been a long time. I have returned.
I'm glad to see you're safe. You surprised me when you said you were leaving the capital to investigate the northern nations.
I'm sorry.
Well, no matter. What's the situation in the north?
Well, about that.
We should discuss this in private.
Hope you're doing well, Yantos. I don't know if I said hello when you first came in.
So, the northern nations have been annihilated.
It gets even colder the further north you go.
That can only mean... any survivors have most likely migrated south of the capital.
I would assume as much. The surviving Saurians are migrating south as we speak. I hope we all make it through this.
The southern nations are not so prosperous, but at least hope can still be found there. The real question is, what should we do?
Right. Olga, we should leave the capital and travel to the southern nations. We can even provide what resources we have here as a way of helping.
Your ideas are always so bold. Still, I knew you would suggest that.
So you're saying...
You do have a point, is all. But let me think about it a bit.
Huh?
Rumor has it you don't receive visions anymore. But you still receive visions. Don't you, Donna?
Yes.
I see. Then I need to think about this very carefully. Let's talk again tomorrow morning.
Olga...
I'm sorry, Donna. I need to excuse myself. There's something I must take care of before nightfall.
Something she needs to take care of. I wonder if that's tied into the gift she left behind we found earlier.
Rastal.
What did Lady Olga say?
Yes. Well, she'll have an answer tomorrow.
Oh, I see. Lady Olga grew up in the capital, so the thought of leaving must be a very difficult one. In that case, what do we do about our preparations?
I must ready myself as well.
Lady Donna?
It's nothing. Let's prepare as we planned.
Understood. I shall take my leave then, and begin the preparations. Will you be returning to the palace?
I'm going to take a walk around the capital before I return.
What? At this hour? Shall I escort you?
No, I'll be fine. I just need to gather my thoughts.
I understand. Please be careful.
Well, we finally have control. It seems like we have a location to visit, which is where the palace remains are. We have a story destination in front of us that we can't avoid. So for now, we're just going to head forward. Our goal will be to check out the throne, but also presumably we'll dip down into the final floor of the dungeon, and maybe we'll be allowed to progress? Donna says, ah, the Great Tree of Origins. So she's having flashbacks to her initiation, including when she saw the woman in the tree. And then I think that was the queen that spoke to her, if I'm not mistaken, in that cutscene. Donna says, Olga, everyone. Oh, sounds like Io. So I think it's time for us to learn the truth. Donna asked if Io's okay. Well, we're gonna continue forward. Let's talk to her.
Hi, lady.
Donna says, Io, I'm glad that you're okay. Io says, me too. Donna laughs and says, Io, I'm not the maiden of the Great Tree anymore. Io says, you're not? I'm not so sure. Donna replies, what do you mean? Io continues, I mean, it's not easy for a person to stop doing what they do. I think you're similar to someone I know. Donna says, I wonder who she's talking about. By the way, what are you doing in a place like this? You need to evacuate to the palace. It won't be safe here. Io says, I'm fine. Anyway, my maiden, I came here today to fulfill my promise. Io says, yes, I know it's sad, but it's time to say farewell. So Donna still doesn't know what her promise is, but I'm pretty sure I know what her promise is. So Io says, oh sorry, there's much I need to explain. I'll tell you everything at the usual place. I'm sure we'll see each other soon, but it's bye for now. So she's trying to lure us back into the bonus dungeon. We're gonna go there very soon. Chris in the chat says, I'm surprised they call it the Great Tree of Origin and not just that stupid death tree that wants to kill us or something. I mean, you're not wrong. It is. We could just call it Giant Murder Tree. I mean, it's a lot easier to say. It's also pretty catchy.
Io. Now that I think about it, whenever I see her,
So Donna's starting to realize something's weird about Io. Donna says the flow of the air seems different somehow. Oh, Donna, I'm not going in there yet. She says the entrance to the sanctuary crypt is open. Io might have gone inside. Well, I'm already presuming Io is a spirit, because that would explain how she's able to hide pretty easily. But it's also kind of weird that she needs to open the passageway, too. So I'm not... I guess she's just, like, semi-corporeal or something. But for now, we're gonna head to... whatever this is up here. Getting a nice little autosave.
It's cold. So cold. Damn it. I'm hungry.
It's in the next room, whatever our destination is. We'll talk to Man. Man says, I heard you and the others leaving the capital. Things are better south, aren't they? Please, take me with you. I can't stand this place anymore. Kingdom Civilian. I heard about another coal front on its way. Will we be alright bunkering up in the capital like this? I mean, Lady Olga is supposed to be coming up with a plan, but... what are we supposed to believe in anymore? Well, we could believe the giant tree is going to kill us. We could believe that, Kingdom Civilian. The young man says, I'm so damn hungry. I heard there's still some food at the temple. He says, grr, they're holding out on us. The people at the temple only care about themselves, you know. Maybe partially true. Hello, military fan. So he says, with Odo's passing, there are a few people left to us who can still use essence. Everyone's worried, but talking about it won't change anything. Also, I'm not the one for thinking things over. I'd rather just focus on protecting people. So, the game doesn't really go into a lot of detail about it. I guess only super gifted people can use essence. Like, other games might have assuming that it wasn't going to go full apocalypse, I feel like other games would have talked about maybe the class divide that would have come up because of the people that can and cannot use essence. Like, obviously we're part of, like, the upper echelon just because we have such strong powers, but there are people without the power at all.
Wake up! Mom!
Well, we'll talk to the cleric. So presumably this is Odo. He was the one kind of tinkering with the crystal tower that somehow did not end the world. Donna says Odo. Handmaid Alta says, Lady Donna, you've returned. Cleric says, hello, Lady Donna. Donna replies, he looks so gaunt. He must have pushed himself too far. Some things never change, I see. Handmaid Alta says, yes. He used all of his essence to protect us from illness and the cold. We begged him to stop, but he just smiled and ignored us. Cleric responds, how tragic. If only we could offer him even one flower. Handmaid Alta says, yes, he did so much for us. But where can we even find a flower? Donna says, well, ... a flower, it might be difficult to find, but... guess we could look for a flower. Donna says, I understand, I'll go look for a flower. It wouldn't be right, I'll do my best to find one. Cleric says, Lady Donna. Handmaid Alta says, thank you so much. So we have one last side quest. Look for a flower in this frozen tundra. That could be a challenge. Handmaid Alta explains that these are the recently deceased. We've placed their most cherished possession in their coffins with them. It's the very least we could do for them. Donna replies, I see. Let's give them a proper send-off then. Hamilton agrees and thanks us. Hello, young man. Oh, the guy that was asking about his mom. He's asking his mom to wake up, and he says, I could finally repay you for all that you've done for me. Please wake up. Well, that's not good. So we have the quest Flower of Gratitude. We actually have 2 quests going on, so one... Well, I think all we could do for now is return south. I wasn't paying attention to which one was the... They both look like story plot related things, as opposed to side stories. So, I don't really want to get whisked back into the present. I'm gonna try to grab the flower first, and then we'll go deeper in. Hey Kirk, how's it going? I mean, Yentos is saying pillage. I mean, nobody could really stop us, even if they wanted to. So we're gonna avoid the bonus dungeon. And we're gonna go ahead and wrap around here. Looks like we could get our flower.
The streets are empty. I certainly hope that everyone in the city is still safe.
Oh, we found a single flower. Frosted flower attained. Donna explains that this is a Tyrrhenian blossom. They were lovingly seeded throughout the kingdom. Even though it's frozen solid, it still holds meaning as a symbol of gratitude. She says, yes, I think this will do nicely. I will bring this to Odo. So we kind of have 2 different ways we could go. So now that we got that out of the way, I mean, both of them look plot related. I guess we'll save. I suppose we're ready to take a dip into the bonus dungeon. We got the flower at least, so we don't have to worry about forgetting it. So let's go ahead and touch the save point that's here. Just go all the way to the final room. Speaking of which, what's our equipment like? It's been so long. Oh, I forgot how bad our armor was. It's kind of weird because like everything else we have is like completely amazing except for her armor. Like, could you imagine if this was like 5% evade, 5% crit, and like 200 defense or something like that? Like, that would have been cool. So, we already beat the boss here last time, but we came across an elevator we couldn't do anything in. But now we're getting a cutscene for approaching. Genya, the spirit of life, says, Donna, it's been a long time. Donna says, Genya, I haven't seen you in ages. What are you doing here? Lyndall says, Genya is not the only one here. So, all the spirits are gathering, finally. Because they were being drawn to this place. That was stated earlier in the game, so I guess eventually they decided to come here. So all the ones that we saved are now here. So now we have Orvis, Spirit of Midnight Sun, saying we're in your debt. Donna says, I see, this is goodbye. Wagmer, Spirit of Wood, says, Thou hast noticed, the Great Tree has begun the cycle of selection and rejection. Even we spirits are not exempt. Wow, even the spirits get killed? Okay. Lyle says, yes, for we were born of this earth. Thus, I'm not gonna say each of their names. Their dialogue jumping a bit too much, but just assume all the spirits are talking until I say otherwise. So it says, thus we must one day return to it, such is our fate. That must be the reason we've been gathered here. We're the only spirits that remain on Earth. Donna says, I'm sorry, and you all lent me your power, too. I'm sorry I wasn't able to save you. The spirits now say, I know how hard this must be for you, but please don't be sad. Yes, we are just disturbances in the earth made manifest. We are simply returning to our original forms. Donna says, oh. The spirits say, goodbye, Donna. I'm not sure what you're trying to do, but give it your all. Should we fade away, the protection we granted thee will fade as well. Thou must make haste. Donna says, huh? But isn't this the final floor of the crypt? Donna, even when we got here before we were supposed to get here, we already saw the very suspicious elevator. And then she even made a comment already to the effect of, I thought this went deeper, or something like that. Oh, Donna. Well, anyway, the spirits say no, unexplored depths still remain, but you must be careful, for a being of great evil awaits you. The spirit Orvis continues, ah yes, you've encountered that being before. It did not go so well for you, as I recall. Well, I know them very well, so... Sigh, says Genya. This did not go as smoothly as I'd hoped. We spirits are markedly terrible at cooperating with one another. But this is our last chance. I want to reveal everything. Another spirit says, I feel the same way, but I think we're confusing poor Donna. Donna says, they're all energetic. It almost feels like you're trying to cheer me up. The Spirit of Light says, actually, our lively demeanor is all thanks to you. Haven't you realized it by now, Donna? We've come this far because you appealed to us. Not only did your actions help your fellow Eternians, but they helped us as well. Yeah, this definitely seems like true ending material right here. So Celine continues, yes, thanks to you, we can face our fate with a sense of peace. I'm very thankful for you. Please do not forget about us. Donna says, yes, I won't forget any of you. Not ever. The spirit continues. This is why you're... And then a pause. And now our left hand is glowing. Donna asks what's happening. I mean, that's a good question. Are we getting a weapon upgrade for the final fight? Wagmere Spirit of Wood says, oh, as I recall, these weapons are made from pure orichalcum. Yes, this reaction bodes well. Donna asks what they mean. The spirits continue. Spirits have a natural affinity towards orichalcum. Okay, of course it does. For it originates in crystalline veins that run deep beneath the earth. Our sublimation has begun. We should be returning to the earth, yet we find ourselves drawn to your weapons. This is what we desire. We would be honored to help you in whatever small way we can. Though our end is nigh, Though our end is nigh, I'm glad we could give you this wonderful gift. Yes, indeed. I hope our power is able to help you, Donna. Please use it wisely. Donna continues, yes, I promise I will cherish this keepsake you've given me, always. The spirits say the end is here, though bittersweet, let us bid our farewells. Well, goodbye, the final spirits in the land. We're glad we got to spend our final moments with you, Donna. Thank you very, very much. And now they will form the ultimate weapon. I should have called that, honestly. That's pretty common. So they parted, but did our weapons upgrade is the question. So Donna thanks the spirits and says, I won't let your final wish be in vain. I will do everything in my power. Donna's Edelsphere now contains the power of the spirits. Spirit Ring Celestia attained. Okay, well, let's take a look at our final weapon. It gives 281 strength and 10 to defense. Unfortunately, we can't see the description of the weapon, to my knowledge. Unless it shows up in here. I can't say I've ever tried to go through here before. Yeah, so we have just various accessories here, but most of them are not really that interesting. Oh, we can see the weapon descriptions here. So we have the Crescent, which is Donna's weapon of choice, the Edelsphere, which we've been using up until this point, which is the Orichalcum Crescent Blades, but also the Spirit Ring Celestia. Crescent Blades containing the power of spirits. As they grow in power, Donna's essence responds in kind. So this is a pretty significant stat increase. We're coming into, presumably, this final fight with Donna with a lot of full heals and several decent heals. But looks like we're gonna have to kind of power on through. Yeah, I think now that Amy has left, as the chat is pointing out, I think we can no longer use the store. So here's the very suspicious platform that she didn't really question until now. And we are allowed to save here, so I absolutely will. Let's examine this. I'm assuming it rises and/or gives way to stairs. I could see it kind of going either way. Donna says, this engraving, perhaps this is what Wagner was talking about. And down it goes. Sanctuary Crypt, Chamber of the Final Trial. Oh, the spirit's still here. Donna says, knowing more about the Kingdom's history may not solve anything. Now we have unique music. Donna says, but I must see this through to the very end. Donna's asking what Amy's doing here. Amy replies, Donna, as you may know, my very existence has begun to return to the veins of the earth, but I still want to help you. In the same way the others granted you their protection, I'm going to will myself to remain here. Okay, so she's gonna linger, apparently. So she's gonna do her best to provide supplies to us, and Donna says, I'll do everything I can to make sure those who lent me their power are not disappointed. Amy's very happy. Well, let's browse the spirit items. So we could have been, like, grinding a ton of essence fragments, and that seems like an absolute waste of time. But what would have been kind of neat is if we got these luminous gauntlets, like, way earlier before our super gauntlets, because that's kind of a unnecessary item at this point in the game.
Thank you!
Okay, so I guess we'll keep going. It seems like we have a little bit of a dungeon to go through. So we have 4 treasure we should be keeping an eye out for. So I'm essentially just going to avoid all combat. I don't really see a reason to do it at the moment.
Here goes! Luminous!
Speaking of which, I should probably be in this form just to move quicker. Well, I'm looking up there, and that seems to be a nice little boss fight area. So nothing of interest over here. Ooh, nice little last-second dodge there.
A treasure chest!
Burn medicine ×3. I'm a little concerned. Another full medicine. 100 essence fragment, which is pretty useless because we need them kind of in intervals of 300. Oh, that one enemy just kind of shook violently in the corner and then teleported, as you do. Well, this is looking pretty final boss. What do you say, chat? Giant monolith in front of the crystalline structure. Nice round arena, chat.
Change!
The music cuts silent. Well, EO, I'm ready to fight you because we're in the boss arena.
That's a monolith. Why is this one so large, though? You finally made it.
Well, I mean, we could have been here earlier if you just let the elevator work.
No, maiden of the great tree. Just kidding. Hiya, lady. Nice to see you again. Yo. I'm surprised you came here, considering all that's happened. You're really trying your best to lead everyone to the very end. It's clear to me now that you're no ordinary Eternian.
No.
A warden?
No.
Who can say? Sorry, but you're no exception, Donna. I need to make sure you're worthy too. Even I can't stop the ritual that's underway in the sanctuary. Here it goes.
Here it goes, chat. Little girl is activating her superpowers. Time to fight, chat.
What? This is gonna be great. None of the previous maidens ever gathered this many spirits. Huh?
Yes, you are worthy of facing me, Io, as your final opponent. Don't think this is gonna be as easy as your other fights. Now let's go! Come at me with everything you've got!
Oh, suddenly dragon. Suddenly dragon. Innocence unleashed. Io, purest of maidens.
She's a Saurian now? Is this a fabled Eternian transformation technique? Io, I don't know who or what you are, but I see you're a trial that I must overcome. So be it. I will fight you with everything I've got, until only one of us remains standing.
Well, time to do my best.
Hey, that's a magnificent look in your eye. Come on, entertain me, wandering maiden.
Io, I won't let you stop me. Are you ready?
Oh, I did the jump in the air, so I'm getting all these headshots, chat. Take that, Io dragon. Io has a lot of health, chat. I just want to point that out. We're gonna need some items, I have a feeling.
You have the power of the spirits too?
I should warn you, I really can't hold back in this form.
She's using Gratica. One hit and I'm done for.
It seems like our Earth form is actually immune to the pushback if we're at mid-skill, which is kind of useful to abuse.
How about this?
Ooh. Oh, I rolled too early there. And that hits on the floor. Good to know. So we're getting a little bit of health regen, which is nice.
Change. Here goes.
Alright, so we're gonna do our best to kind of dodge this and build up a little bit of meter. So it seems like I really do need to use the Earth form on this particular fight, because it's the only one that's not getting reduced damage. I mean, fortunately, I do like this form. Oh, I was not expecting that to actually hit me there. Unfortunately, this form is not really great at closing gaps, so I'm getting punished when I'm trying to get in. There we go. I almost got the boss stun, which is good. I'm expecting she'll form shift pretty soon. Speaking of which.
Alright, Donna. Let's move on to the next bit of fun.
Oh no.
Using Luminous.
Come on, Donna. Try to keep up with me.
Yikes. Okay, there we go. I don't particularly like being in the glass cannon build, but sure. I'll take a safety heal.
Here goes, show you something special.
Oh, I don't want to see something special.
Sit, Donna. I guess I better take this more seriously.
You're in complete control of your saurian form. Io, could you be?
I am taking a lot of burn damage. I guess that's why it gave us the medicine there.
It doesn't matter who you are. I won't lose.
I won't lose, she says, but I'm gonna try. I mean, this fight just got really aggressive. Yeah, this is much harder than the other tower fight we did.
Here goes.
Hmm. Ooh, I dodged too early. I think that's the big problem. When you take a little bit of a break from the game, you have a preemptive urge to dodge, but I gotta dodge slower. There we go. Fortunately, it seems like if I do jump up, I can sometimes avoid some annoying strikes. Man, I am not getting the timing on the block or the dodge roll.
You're pretty good. I'm having a lot of fun. How about
Holding on somehow. We need to find a way to win.
You're giving everything you've got. But me? I'm just getting started.
I hope you're not just getting started. Oh no, what are you doing? Oh, just lasers everywhere, apparently. Do I not have extra skill? Okay, there we go. Yeah, this boss's last health bar seems to be, pretty big compared to its other health bars, because it is taking a whole bunch of damage and barely moving.
How about this? Here goes.
Man, there we go. I was like, this is kind of where I miss having a block button, because that is something I do not like the timing on. But we're gonna do as much as we can against all of this. Hello, boss. So it is just gonna be stance swapping a whole bunch. So, okay, that's a new attack. Hello. Well, they definitely made this fight a lot harder than it could have been, I would say. It's not a pushover fight. This is probably one of the few boss fights that has forced me to use items. But we did eventually do it.
I didn't expect this.
I cannot even imagine that on the highest difficulty. That fight must be so nasty.
I think I won. But where's Io?
Well, this sucks. You were strong enough to defeat my saurian form. You have surely overcome many hardships to stand here as the final maiden. Alright, don't be modest now. Walk forward and examine the final monolith.
Io.
She did just kind of suddenly centaur us, though, Chad. She really did, though.
Final monolith.
I kind of doubt the final boss will be as difficult as that, due to how high level we are. So I think that's probably gonna be the hardest boss we're gonna
last
fight.
record was about the saint who saved people from the cataclysms of the Great Tree.
Excuse me. The king was bewildered. He believed the great tree brought blessings when it was actually disaster incarnate. I think I'll advance the text here. There we go. Having discovered the truth, the king found himself trapped in a downward spiral of terror. But Saint Uranus stood before the king. He says, "The great tree may be disaster incarnate, but it also gave life to Eternia. What does this make the great tree, if not the world itself? For the future of our people, we must accept this truth." The great tree can never be uprooted. Well, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed about that statement very soon. Anyway, it continues. The Light King accepted the wisdom of the saint and placed the great tree under his protection. The Wall of Truth and the Garden, which depict the threat posed by the great tree, were sealed deep underground. As time passed, the Light King grew old, and Uranus, the Saint of Salvation, died as he lived, in total tranquility. Rain fell upon the capital for over a month, as if the sky itself was in mourning. But when a woman, a disciple of the saint, offered a prayer, the rain ceased and sunlight shined down upon the capital. Is this Io? She erected a temple south of the capital where she could calm the great tree, and reports of her exploits soon found their way to the king. The king approved of this, and Eternians received the blessings of the heavens as they entered a new era of prosperity. Yeah, see, this sounds like the tale of the first maiden, which I have a feeling is Io. So it says, the woman remained in Eternia and became the first maiden to devote herself to the great tree. Okay, that pretty much confirms what I was thinking. In time, the great tree became a symbol of prosperity for the kingdom. The king decreed that the temple stood on equal footing as the palace, and thus was the kingdom of Eternia founded.
So this is the final chapter of the lost history of Eternia's founding. I never knew the real history behind the temple. The people would be shaken to their cores if they found out about this. But then, who built this sanctuary, and why? There's more. As the people enjoy their prosperity, the threat depicted on the Wall of Truth will one day be lost to time forever. But the threat will come one day, like a bubble that must eventually burst. You maidens who have come to this sanctuary, you maidens who are my successors, you will know this truth and bear it on your soul forever. That is the true duty of all maidens, the reason for their very existence. Until such a day that the final maiden arrives. This message is for all the maidens of the Great Tree. And...
Well, don't you look surprised.
Io, are you actually...
Looks like you figured it out. Yes, I am Io, the first maiden of the Great Tree. You did a wonderful job overcoming my trials, Donna.
I knew it. But why do you look like that?
I'm losing my power or something.
This form is just a manifestation of my soul. My power is weakened over many years. Which is why I look like a child now. But finally, I'm able to fulfill my duty.
Io, I mean, Lady Io. What is your duty?
don't like formalities any more than you do, Donna. I'd prefer you keep calling me Io like you've been doing.
Huh? Okay.
This sanctuary is where I revealed the true history to the maidens. But when I say history, I don't just mean the past. I also mean the present and the future.
The present and the future?
Yes, for you see, this sanctuary exists to reveal the truth to every maiden of the Great Tree.
Does this mean all the past maidens knew the truth about the Great Tree?
I wouldn't lie to you. You've seen it with your own eyes, haven't you? I've been revealing the truth in this way so the wardens wouldn't notice.
I don't believe it.
Not every maiden could handle the truth either. Some of them cussed me out or accused me of being a heretic. Others just went mad from the revelation. Even so, I wanted the maidens to know the truth. But you were able to figure it out before I even told you.
Why have you been doing this?
The Great Tree of Origins will destroy Eternia. Tomorrow is never guaranteed. Someday, you won't be able to do the things you currently take for granted. The world is a cruel place. At times, it even feels like a fleeting dream. Perhaps the same could be said of people's lives. No matter who you are, everyone meets death in the end. Whether you're a highborn noble or a lowborn bandit, everyone must return to the void of nothingness. Consider every action a person performs in their lifetime, every decision that they make. Do you think they're meaningless? You'll have to face that day too, Donna. What will you think when it finally comes? Will you think your life was meaningless? I shouldn't have become a maiden. It wasn't worth all the suffering. I should have worn my mother's ring and kept my vision sealed away. Was I only helping people just to feel like I mattered? Or maybe you'll think to yourself, I wish I had never been born. Will you regret your life to that extent?
No. I would never think that. All my experiences are the reason I was able to connect with so many people. If even one of those events were different, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I think that's true of Eternia as well. Decisions made by you, the royals, and our ancestors. That is our inheritance. That's why we're alive right now. Even if Eternia disappears, or if I disappear, whoever succeeds us will inherit our legacy. So, even if Eternia is on the verge of extinction, I don't think my actions were meaningless.
Wow, I didn't think you'd actually have a response for me. Yes, you exist as you do now because of me. And your existence is proof that I once existed. I hoped your brand of determination would be the thread that tied all the maidens together throughout the ages.
Yo. So that's the reason you've been telling the maidens the truth about the Great Tree.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I was worried about how you'd handle the burden of being the final maiden, but I see I was worrying over nothing.
Thank you for worrying about me, though. Still, Io, even if this world seems like a fleeting dream, no matter what happens, as long as the world goes on, so do our wills. So I won't give up until I'm ready.
Wow, know far more than I expected you to. I guess you have your own answers.
Yes.
Looks like there's nothing left for me to tell you. I'll leave the rest to the younger generation. I'm getting too old for this stuff anyway.
Io? I certainly didn't expect to have this conversation with you. But thanks to you, I feel like I can see this through.
Thank you too. Perhaps it's irresponsible of me to say this, but... Go get him, Donna!
I will.
Uh-oh, it's due the next morning. I hope I didn't miss the chance to plant the rose. Well, that was a whole series of events. We'll talk about it when we get out of cutscenes.
Lady Donna! Everyone accompanying us is ready. Once you're ready, we can depart.
Thank you, Rastal. Could you give me a moment? We'll leave as soon as I'm done.
Yes, my lady.
Donna, must you leave so soon?
Yes. The next cold front will be here soon. It's just the calm before the storm.
I see. I'm sorry I cannot come with you.
It's okay.
I want everyone to choose the decision that suits them best. That includes the people who have chosen to remain in the capital. Their choice is not a practical one, but I now understand why they have made it.
Olga.
Also, some people still blame you for what happened. It is best for us if I stay behind to lead them through what is to come. Everyone must walk a path of their own choosing, so they can face their final moments with pride.
I would expect nothing less from you, Olga.
What do you mean?
It's nothing. Very well then. This is not goodbye, is it?
No, it most certainly is not.
One year later.
It's so quiet. I'm back, everyone. It's been a year. I knew this day would come. Still, I'm really nervous. It's finally happening. I finally get to meet Adol.
Hummel says, the truth and duty passed down to every maiden. It must have been a very heavy responsibility. You must have surpassed all that... Oh, excuse me. You must have surpassed all that to come to this era. He says, you're just full of surprises, aren't you? Donna says, I don't know about that, but I think Io would have been surprised. Zahad says, not just her. I bet Olga and Rastal would have been surprised too. They probably would have said you're just full of surprises, Donna. Lexia disagrees. Donna says she doesn't know. Well, both our options are the same. I guess we'll say, let's finish this. So it says, after seeing that, I don't know how anyone would want to stop. Lexia says, yes, I won't let the future be taken from us. Hummels agrees. Even a transporter has the right to deny an unreasonable request. Rakota says, we made it this far because of Donna's hard work. Now it's our turn to work hard. Donna says, maybe I still haven't done enough. Let's work hard together, Rakota. Everybody's happy. Lexia says, let's return to the Octus. Adel nods. Donna says, Rastal, Atlas, Cecil, Olga, Io, the world we wanted to protect is gone now, but this world has definitely inherited our hope. I hope someday I could tell you all about it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, like, both of them had the plot icon, so if we couldn't complete the final dungeon, is that what happens? We could have just delivered the flower to end it? And our sword is glowing. Did it get enhanced somehow? Hold on a second. Let's touch the crystal one more time. I just want to see if we get any more information if we go back into the past. Before I make my final comments. Oh. We end up here. Okay, so we can see the other flower cutscene. Oh, that's right. I think offering a prayer to the sapling is a way to return to the present.
Please help me.
I have to pray to the great tree.
Food. Is there any food anywhere?
Okay, we're not going to talk to any of these people. It's fine. Although, I don't think I talked to Rastal at all last time. So we'll say hi to him. He says, it hasn't been easy, but our preparations will be finished by tomorrow morning. Okay, so we went back to the day before they left. So that's good. So we will not really ask him for help. Hello, guard Charles. I'll give you the storage key. I'm sure you'll find something useful in there. But what would you do about everybody in the capital? Do what you think is necessary, Rastal. I thought he was handing us the key. I got a little excited there. But it turned out to not be the case. So yeah, let's go see what this cutscene has in store for us if we deliver the flower. Well, I guess I have to talk to Atla to deliver it. Atla asks if it's a flower. Donna says yes, it's the only one I could find. Atlas says we lost Lady, I'll just say on a day very much like today. As I recall, she passed away shortly before you left. She kept encouraging you to press on till the very end. In his own way, Oda also believed in you too. Donna says he was a man of few words, but I know he supported me. Thank you, Oda. Hope now you can rest in peace. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to stop the auto scroll. So they're basically at the day of the funeral, and just continuing on with that, it says, Donna prayed silently for each person as their bodies were laid to rest. Eternia quest Flower of Gratitude completed. Donna's virtue has increased. To me, what was kind of weird, Did the side quests always have the main story colors, or was that just a bug, chat? Do you remember the side stories having blue? I thought only the main stories had blue. I was scared if I did that, it would advance the plot. Yeah, we kind of... I feel like if this is the end of Donna's story, I feel like we actually were left with a couple of... I don't know if I'll go as far as to say plot holes, but definitely some unexplained events. I guess it didn't tie up loose threads, I think is a better saying. Like, I thought it was going to be revealed that she had, like, a Like, she was part Saurian, part spirit or something like that, and she was just kind of like a hybrid of some sort. That's why the spirits resonated with us. I thought that's where it was going with it eventually, but it didn't do that. So, ultimately, that entire dungeon, honestly, Chad, if you think about it and reflect on it, it was pretty pointless. Like, what did we get out of the dungeon, ultimately, from a plot perspective? Like, we were told the tree destroys all of Eternia, but we knew that. We didn't have to go through that dungeon to know that. I mean, I guess our weapon powered up. Did Donna's weapon in the present at least power up? Oh, it did. Maybe? I'm not sure. I actually forget, but it has the same name now.
Should I upgrade?
Okay. So that's one small change, I guess. So completing the dungeon does give you an upgrade for her in the present, so that's, I guess, a nice touch.
Is that it?
Chris is wondering if there's any items or anything left at the bottom of the dungeon. Could go check. We're right here. We might as well as. I doubt there's any items, but we could see if we get any additional descriptions. It wasn't 100% clear to me why we had to fight all of those things to learn the history. Like, I understood why it was hidden away. Right, they didn't want the wardens noticing us, but I feel like from a living and breathing standpoint, wouldn't the wardens find it odd the maidens just disappear for like hours on end and no one knows where they are because they're constantly trying to dive deeper into the dungeon? I'm just saying, like, I just feel like it's a little weird. Oh, we don't need to do any of that. Let's just teleport to the final trial and double check. So what happens if we touch this? Do we get any additional dialogue? No, we do not. No items left. We've gotten the 4 out of 4, so let's leave. Actually, speaking of which, we could just cross the area here. Yeah, I mean, like, it wasn't a bad dungeon. I mean, it definitely had its issues with the platforming, but I mean, from like a plot standpoint, it didn't really have a purpose per se. Like, its entire reason for existing happened outside of the dungeon with the natural plot, which I guess is both good and bad, because like, if you did not want to do that bonus dungeon, because presumably we didn't have to do basically any of it, the plot would still make sense, but I don't feel like we really gained anything extra from it. I mean, other than the weapon at the end. Like, is there a particular reason why the maidens had to undergo a trial? Like, it was just very briefly mentioned that not even I can stop the ritual, but I'm like, but why would this be the ritual? Like, I don't know. I'm definitely overthinking it a little too much, which I guess is fine. So chat, we are at 99.090%. We have recovered almost every single bit of treasure. And just to verify something, if we check the journal, where was it at? Was it in quests? Material? Help? Help. Okay. I see, when I think help topics. I don't think like a general collection. So we're missing literally 3 treasure in the game. That's it. We are ending at 105 virtue, 292 reputation, which is phenomenal. We can look at the explored areas, to which I literally don't see any missing treasure. So presumably this final area, we'll have 3 treasure chests and we'll be done with the map. So we might as well as continue forward. So what I was thinking about, chat, is the final relic that we are missing is either going to come from the final boss or the 100% map clear. But I think we're ready to just go on and try to beat the game and see what happens. Hello, Ura. She says to us, Donna, Adol, it seems you have received the power of the Psyches without issue. Donna says, Sarai. So how do we stop the Lacrimosa? You must continue on ahead to the selection sphere, Ura clarifies. With that sword, Adol should be able to cut open an entrance. Okay, go to the giant glowy thing and chop it. Got it. Okay, chat, we're going inside the selection sphere. Well, obviously the final boss is in the selection sphere, Sahad. Come on. Come on, Sahad. Keep up with the plot. So Ura says, the foundational power that fosters the evolution of all living beings on this planet. The providence of evolution itself. Donna says, so if we interfere with the providence of evolution, the Lacrimosa will stop. Take that, evolution! Ura says, yes, but the providence of evolution is the natural law of the world itself. I do not know what will happen if you interfere with it. Oh, we'll just ruin society, it's fine. We'll just stagnate and die, it's fine. Zantz asks if that means the world will get destroyed. Hummel says there's no time to think about it. Oh, Hummel. Dogi and the others can't defend the village much longer. So this is the last hurrah, I suppose. Sahad says, we've been honing our castaway spirits since we washed up on this island. Let's show them how far we've come. When it comes to survival, no one's more stubborn than us humans. Let's press on, even if we're wrong. Okay, that option amuses me, chat. I mean, I think the game wants us to say it's human nature to never give up, but I'm gonna say let's press on. I'm just really curious what they're gonna say to this one. Yeah, like, what a battle cry for the final line. Lexi says, yeah, that's better than not making a decision at all. Is it, though? Is it better to make the wrong decision than to not make a decision? I don't know if I agree with that, Laxia. Donna says, Adol, everyone, ... Ura says, you've decided then. Donna thanks Sarai for everything. Ura says, your thanks is not necessary. Now hurry on ahead. I can't help you where you're going, but I'll be praying for your success. Well, our blue meter is at 0, so that's not a great sign. So we have a pretty solid team. If we take a look at our items one last time, it looks like our reputation or the cloak has capped at 125 to all stats. So we're just gonna have to go in with this. I mean, this old seal ring is ridiculous. Could you imagine if we had like 3 of these? Actually, now I have a question. If you replay the game, could you just keep all these accessories? We'll have to see, chat. Because that would be really silly if we had like the old seal ring and earth orb, for example. Just start the game with those. Just immune to everything and just crit. It's fine. So I guess I'll just fight these things to build a little meter? I mean, it doesn't really matter if we take damage. I could just heal later. Oh, I told my allies to be defensive by accident. Oops. I was wondering why they were just standing around. Okay. So now we're at max meter. Let's go ahead and touch that save point for some healing. Yeah, there we go. Got that autosave. And it says we need to play as Adol here, so will it cutscene force us to be Adol, or do I have to swap into it? Okay, it cutscenes us. I'm like, silly.
This enormous structure is the selection sphere, where the providence of evolution dwells.
Silly Adol, you're not in our party.
Adol's sword can cut open an entrance.
Yes. Go ahead, Adol.
Yeah.
Take that, evolution.
Look at that.
Yay, Adol! I'm sure we'll win now that we have that sword.
The final battle lies ahead.
Yes. Into the breach, everyone.
I mean, I imagine this fight will be harder than most of the boss battles.
Adol, we should...
But will it be on par with the dragon? I guess we'll see.
Another one.
Come on, Adol! Hurry!
Okay, let's ask her what she saw.
I'll tell you when this is all over.
Oh, it's setting up for her to say, "I saw my death." So according to her vision, we have a chance of winning. 'Cause she said once it's all over, I guess.
What in the holy hell is that?
That is a thing.
Is that a primordial? It's even bigger than the Okeanos!
That is the providence of evolution.
We've come this far. Might as well finish the job.
Oh, Hummel, you don't do anything.
Let's go, Adol. Everything will be all right.
Well, we are in the final area, the selection sphere. 3 treasure, so we will get 100% of the treasures that count towards the completion, and the last bit of the map is here. Man, Laxia is so broken, chat. Look at that, parry into the insta-kill. So unfair.
Sorry, but you won't stop us.
Get out of the way! Lucky us.
Hello, random foes. I mean, they're not wrong. They have no chance of stopping us. Wow. Chat, never doubt the power of Laxia's hit stop. This is so silly. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy we were able to abuse this finally. Strength elixir attained, sure. You know what? Let's give it to Donna. We'll round out our stats a little more. I mean, Sahad is fine where he is. Let's be honest, chat. Like, he's already broken. We can't make him more broken, but we can have the others catch up to him a little more. Just, she's literally one-shotting the final dungeon enemies. That's not fair. Well, chat, we're just gonna keep on pressing on. Goodbye, enemy. Oh, Adol, you're not even in the party. Laxia's dodge ability right now is insane, chat. She hasn't gotten hit, even though I have failed dodge several times. Like, that was the first time I got hit. And it was from that projectile list of all things. Stupid enemy. Defense elixir attained. I guess we could give it to Laxia. I mean, just in case she somehow gets hit. Yeah, definitely giving her all those strength elixirs is leading to some really silly damage. And also, it seems like her hit stun ability has an innate ability to dodge. Like, I definitely have invulnerability frames for no reason during it. Ooh, that parry. I've had a feeling the other creature was shooting at me. Speaking of which, you're more of a threat than the giant monster, so please die. And Laxia levels. How unfair, chat. How absolutely unfair. Life elixir attained. I I mean, I guess we could also give it to Laxia. Why not? Why not, chat? So we have now found all the treasure in the game, minus maybe some of the Night Raid ones. But we found all the ones that count for the overworld clearance.
We've come this far, so we just have to do it.
Let's keep this up. Yes, we'll definitely stop the Lacrimosa. Forward march!
Oops. I did not dodge that last hit. Donna leveling is always nice. Yeah, see how I do that hit stun move? It definitely just lets me go through the enemy, so this is like an alternate parry. Oh, it's just shooting me full screen. That's mean. That's very rude of you, game. Ooh, I missed the initial hit. Again, we're just building some meter. Nice, we're getting some last second level ups, so this should help us for the most part. I hope we will get a nice little save crystal here. So we've explored 100% of the area. Let's do a real save here. This seems like a good cutoff point. Now if we go back to the overworld, we have achieved 100% chat. And obviously we're going to the Castaway Village and ignoring the final boss. So let's talk to Euron. What is our reward for showing the map?
You did well.
I mean, Euron should really be questioning what it is we're drawing. Like, when we were in, like, the ocean area, we were in a space that doesn't quite exist in reality. Like, we're in, like, another dimension kind of thing. And we're like, yeah, you're just mapping whatever comes to mind. I guess I'll count it. Whatever. Sure, that exists on the island, says Euron. He says, seriously, you've done the whole damn thing. Here's your reward.
It's a special one.
Ooh, this is a special one. Airy Seal attained. Well, we know plenty about the island now, but we've still got plenty more to... Oh, there's still plenty more to be done, I think is what he was saying there. But for right now, I'm going to put that completed map to good use. I'm sure Captain Barbaros is happy wherever he is, but you shouldn't let your guard down till the very end. Well, chat, let's see what that final item happens to be. I have a feeling it's a relic, and it is indeed the final relic. So we no longer need Eagle Eye Orb. We have seen all of the map. Goodbye, Eagle Eye Orb. Hello, Ares Charm. Extra gauge fills slowly. Okay. I mean, this just kind of helps us with any kind of boss, especially if there's a post-game dungeon. It's a charm that awakens one inner fighting spirit. Well, we are completely maxed. Oh, Adel. We're not playing as you. Get out of here. No, I'll make one more save just because. So we are done. We literally just have the boss to do. There are no side quests that I'm aware of. No missing treasure, no missing map, no missing Picard. I'm sure we have everything. We have every fish, every meal. Let's do it. You stand before a glowing warp circle. You are going beyond the point of no return. It says the final battle lies ahead. Make sure you are prepared before you continue on. Activate the warp circle and continue on to the final battle. Yes. So there we go, chat. Final battle. Where Adel is absent from his own game. Adel's very optional, chat. We don't need his power-up. This is certainly a boss fight arena. Well, I have a feeling all of our items are going to come in handy here. Hopefully we could get the damage bug on this boss. That would be amazing. Can you imagine if I just, like, one-shot this boss? The Providence of Evolution, Theostate, Endogram. Well, Theo, I hope you don't. I hope you don't get one shot.
At last, we meet. Let's
Oh yeah, so we get to choose our final line of dialogue, presumably, for the rest of the game. So the options are, come what may, we will charge ahead undaunted, or don't give up, fight on till the very end. I don't feel like the first one is I feel like it's a little too verbose, but we'll say don't give up.
Don't give up! Fight on until the very end!
That sounds more anime. Ooh, new music.
This is it. No use being scared, right? Get out of here!
One last delivery.
Okay, attack at the tentacles, sure. Sahad, come on, you're killing me. Well, at least our extra skill did more damage. Oh. Hello, bullets. Ooh, double dodged it. Nice. We'll get a little meter back for that one. Oh, I got hit by that. If I want to keep using Laxia, I think I'm going to have to heal her a little bit. Why, hello there, glowing crystal. Oh, it's giving me the opportunity to sub out characters? That's weird. But sure.
Yes! We're closer to the head! Just a little more. We're going to stop the Lacrimosa!
Oh, that actually got me from quite a distance away. Okay, so let's run at full speed while avoiding whatever else it has. So it's not facing us, so that's good. Oh, the other crystals are moving. Well, I managed to parry one of the hits. But again, we're abusing our invulnerability frames for the most part. But there are a lot of attacks to keep track of, so I have to be very careful. It is shooting all sorts of projectiles at us. Okay, stop that. Okay, all the crystals are done, so it's probably gonna fight us now. Hello, Orb. You seem like something I might be able to abuse.
Let's go. Here we go. Here we go.
Come here, Sahad.
Here we go.
Oh. Well, that was kind of sudden. It is just shooting projectiles everywhere, chat. Oh, I dodged slightly too early again. But it's fine, the power of Sahad will help us. Oh, we lost a lot of the platforms. It might have healed us here? I'm not honestly sure. But we're back at full.
The essence crystal must be the core. Everyone, let's destroy the crystal.
What is this attack? There we go. Oh, Sahad can actually still hit it even when it reels back. That's so unfair. Of course he can. Oh, hello. Well, I think it's dodging time. Oh, I dodged into the other one, but didn't get the evade. That's unfortunate. Again, the fact that he could still hit this for full damage is very silly. Let's see if we could get the bug on this enemy. They have to be more aggressive, though. Oh, we didn't get it. We'll abuse his rock move, though, and do our best to dodge the other strikes. Ooh, he broke its guard, which apparently is a thing that can happen. Oh, I should have saved the extra skill for here. It's fine. Okay, let's try to dodge with Laxia. What is... Wait, what? What was the timing on that dodge that was needed? That was kind of silly. Well, Sahad's apparently its weakness, which is unfortunate for it. I'm guessing the crystal was color-coded for what I should be using to strike it, but I wasn't really paying attention because Sahad is ridiculous. Hey, new extra skill.
Let's go, Donna!
I can barely move a muscle.
Me too. I'm so bushed.
It's quiet. What's happening on the outside?
Yes. Did we actually stop it?
Huh?
What's going on?
An earthquake?
Is everyone all right?
Sarai, what's happening?
The Lacrimosa has been thwarted. But the island is vanishing. And the world will soon vanish with it.
Well, shit.
No!
Was it a mistake for us to meddle with Providence?
I'm sorry, chat. That took me by surprise, chat. I wasn't ready for it. This isn't over until it's over, I guess.
No.
I know, but... everything is turning white.
This isn't over yet, Adol. I won't let everything we've done amount to a mistake.
Well, it's not every day you wipe out all of existence as the protagonist. Usually that's the villain goal, but there we go, chapter 6 finished.
Are you awake at all?
How long do you intend to sleep? Dogi and the others have already begun to load the ship.
Uh-oh. Yeah, what happened?
What on earth are you talking about? At any rate, we're preparing to leave the island in a week's time. You should get up and start helping the others. Donna, who's that? None of the castaways go by that name. Adol, are you not feeling well? Perhaps you should continue to rest for today.
No.
I'll say, I'm okay, I guess we'll get changed.
I see. Then I will excuse myself. Try not to push yourself too hard today.
I was thinking we were a bit further back in time. I was trying to remember if she ever came to us like that before to wake us up. So it says, as Adol changed his clothes, he noticed that the Sword of Psyches had reverted back to its original form. Uh-oh, chat. That's not a good sign. He also noticed the symbol on his arm that marked him as the Warden of Evolution had vanished. What on earth is going on? Adol was beside himself with curiosity as he hurriedly dressed himself. Epilogue. End of the Blue Waves. So we are level 70 despite being in the past. We can't really mess with our party, but most notably, Donna's not here. Nobody seems to know who she is. So I guess this might have been before... It said a week ago. Would that have been before they met Donna? Is that where time is reset to? Like we were supposed to go to the temple or something like that? But then we have the ship, so I'm not sure how that really works. So I guess it's more like an alternate timeline. It's true, she's still calling us Adol too. So it says, it was just as Laxia said, preparations to leave the island had already begun. The castaways could barely contain their excitement, and the village felt livelier than ever before. Maybe I should see Sahad and how the others are doing. Well, we are in epilogue territory. What happens if I go back inside? Can I talk to anybody in here? Oh, I can.
Adol.
There.
They're saying it's kind of hard to leave the island? No, it's not. Allison says we have some amazing memories here. If we can, I'd like to visit again someday. I'm sure we'll leave the village and shop just as they are, too. They're apparently planning to come back here. Did the dinosaurs no longer exist in this timeline? Like, did we kind of poofed them from existence earlier, but are they actually, like, gone? Like, were we ever attacked by them in this timeline? Hopefully we get more information, chat. Hi, Franz.
Wait!
Oh, poor Franz getting yelled at. He's being told to shut that glib mouth and clean this mess up. So he's still plotting stuff between us and Laxia. Franz continues, the whole village is in a state of confusion. We cannot relax now. If you're not feeling well, perhaps you should take a walk. Well, we're gonna keep on walking to talk to Griselda. First sign that things have changed, Griselda says, this island did turn out to be a bit anticlimactic. Given that we're on a cursed and unapproachable island, one would think it would hold secrets like Celseta did, but it's probably better this way. I'm weary of contending with disasters caused by powers beyond the ken of humans. Oops.
What is it?
She asks what's wrong. You look as if you want to say something. Perhaps you're disappointed that no grand adventure lay in wait for you here. It's not always a bad thing to see an end without some grand climax. So the true ending of this game is that the events never happened and we just built a village and then left? Wow, the game undid itself. Hello, Laxia. What are you looking at? She says, we don't need this anymore, but it would feel like a waste to leave it behind. I wish to take some along as keepsakes, but... Adel, what's wrong? If you don't feel well, don't overwork yourself. Especially since there are large beasts just outside the village. Okay, so large beasts still exist. But not necessarily dinosaurs either? To be seen. I mean, we remember Donna, so presumably it's not a bad ending. With the bad ending, we just forget her altogether. Kathleen says, Grecian legends speak of a metal known as orichalcum. I thought maybe we'd find some on the Isle of Siren, but perhaps it was all just a story. I'm gonna ask her if the sword isn't orichalcum. Kathleen says, are you messing with me, Adel? That blade came from my furnace. I know full well it's not made of orichalcum.
Let's see.
Orichalcum is harder than diamond and completely rust-proof. If it does exist, I'd love the chance to work with it. If anyone has a chance of actually finding this stuff, it's you. So we can't check our sword, the one that we did upgrade to orichalcum. But apparently it's no longer orichalcum. All crops have been harvested. We have the 3 Picards. Hello, Sylvia. She says, alright, after I finish my tea, I'll help load the ship. I might be 70 years old, but I can't let the youngsters do all the work. Well, this'll be our final goodbye to Shoebill. Shoebill seems to be even more quiet than usual. Master is staring approvingly at the village. Hi, Sister Nia.
Adel.
She asks, are you visiting the captain too? It's unfortunate that the captain has passed away. However, it is thanks to him that we can leave this island.
Yes.
We must all keep that man in our hearts. Captain Barbos lies here, rest in peace. Well, we undid part of the timeline, but the captain's still dead, so I guess he's just fated to die. Oh, wait, Sir Carlin has a shell. Let's check out what Sir Carlin has written on the shell. He wishes for a happy life and to never leave my land ever again. Well, that can be arranged. We could bury him within his land, chat. I think we can all agree to that. Do our nice little air tumbles through here. Hi, Austin. He says, ouch.
Yes.
What's wrong? We ask him. Austin says, verily, I attempted to lift all my things at once and managed to strain my back. I thought I could lift as much as Dogi. Oh, Austin, no one can lift as much as Dogi, except for maybe Sahad. Or maybe Sylvia. Austin says, he is burdened with incredible strength. To what lengths must a man go to be capable of bearing so much at once? No matter. In the matter of speed, I shall still prevail. If Dogi can bear twice the burden, then I can deliver mine twice as fast. Oh, Austin. You never learn. So we're going to do a quick little detour around here, just to make sure nobody's up here. Looks like that is the case. We will try to climb higher if we are allowed, just to see if there's anything special we could do up here. Does not appear to be the case. So that giant tree didn't turn out to be the Tree of Origins. I think that's the biggest plot twist. Oh, we're told we should explore the village. We're not allowed to leave. So let's talk to Thanatos. He says, listen, Rakota, if you get sick while you're on the ship, tell me right away. I'll give you an herb that will help with nausea. Rakota's asking how you get sick on a ship. Thanatos is saying there's a lot of swaying. Oh, Rakota says she read it in a book. When you're seasick, you can't walk straight.
Oh.
So Thanatos says you already know. She says it sounds like fun. I can't wait to get seasick. Oh, Rakota. When Sahad drinks and can't walk straight, he sings, dances, and has a great time. That's Sahad, leaving impressions on the younger villagers. Rakota says, being seasick must be like drinking, and I've always wanted to know what it's like. Oh no. Oh no, chat. Hi, Dina. She says, alright, I found some rare materials to take along with me. I won't have left anything behind on the island. Ooh, what happens if we say, primordial? Let's see if she knows what that is. I mean, I'm assuming she doesn't know Eternia. She says, oh, the primordials Lexia mentioned, aren't they extinct? Well, I kind of wanted something even more rare, but I'll leave that for my next stop.
Okay.
My mind's made up. I don't want to waste any more time thinking about it. So I guess we never actually did encounter the dinosaurs, I guess is my takeaway. Little Peril says it's almost time for farewells. I'm sad. Let's ask him if he wants to join us one more time, because last time he said no. He says, I like this island, not leaving. Bye-bye, take care of yourself. Goodbye, Little Pero.
Battle.
Hello, Licht. He says, I wonder why I feel this sad. I was just a replacement for Dr. Kiergaard after he got eaten. Actually, this is a great point. What actually killed the doctor this time? Wait, no. Primordials don't exist. What ate the doctor? No, Licht, you're introducing a plot hole. No! He says he's learned a lot of important things here. He says, but right now I'm feeling emotional. Hello, Meralda. She says, salted meats, dried fruits, I prepared a lot of preserved goods for the trip. All that's left is to load fresh fruits and veggies on the day we depart. She says, this island is ripe with food, which helps me a lot. Being here was pretty challenging, but I had a lot of fun overall. Okay, so we're skirting around all the main plot conversations. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to touch the ones in the beginning here, so we don't have to come back. So hi, Hummel. He says, Adol, it's unlike you to sleep in. Just for today, I agreed to transport goods without charging a fee. I'll transport anything that we need to get off this island. But it's strange. No, it must be some mistake. Okay, what about the quest board? No quests available. Hello, Rakota. Oh. I guess talking to Thanatos counted as the main conversation? Okay, so he's saying if there's anything we need, we should do it now. Well, we will hold off on talking to Dogi / Sahad. Let's talk to Sir Carlin. Actually, let's ignore Sir Carlin for a moment. Let's talk to Cathu. It says, hey Adol, you're finally up. Did we really go with the Lombardia 2? Man, this is the worst timeline, chat. So the Lombardia 2 is in top shape. How about helping us load the cargo? Hard to believe that we're actually escaping the cursed Isle of Siren, and it's all thanks to you and the others. Thanks to Captain Barbarossa and the castaway village he helped to establish. Thanks for all you've done. If we make it back to port, we'll raise a toast together. Let's talk to Euron. He says, nice to see the end result given all the work put into it. Cathy says, you've helped me a lot.
Huh?
Euron says, hey, don't you think this part looks a little off? Cathy's like, you think so? Euron responds, I don't like it. I'm gonna go get some tools. So apparently, Cathy's thinking that Euron likes carpentry after all. Yeah, where's the captain's hat, Cathy? What'd you do with it? Anyway, hello, Quina. She says, oh man, why do I have to work? Look how cute I am. Dogi is such a meanie. Is there something wrong, Adol? It's weird seeing you looking so down, you know. Well, I fell off the platform, but I wanted to talk to Sir Carlin. He says, we're quite late. I was just thinking of when my boat capsized from the high waves and you came to my rescue. Oh, is it rewriting the Kraken as well? I didn't even think about that, but sure. It feels as though it was an age ago. Yeah, when was this again? He says, you don't mean to say you don't remember when I sought to escape the island on a boat and set off on my own. He says, I was surely not thinking with a clear head, but regardless, this day has finally arrived. So what sank our ship in this timeline, though, comparatively? Was it also high waves? Anyway, Sir Carlin says, never mind. Come, you should get to work stowing the cargo as well. Well, we'll talk to Reha. He says, you didn't make a section for the Picards on the ship? You're kidding me, what are we gonna do with them? Doki says, let's see, it wouldn't be right to leave them behind. How about with the rest of the food? Oh, that's kind of messed up. Poor Reha. Doki says, how unfortunate. If we're able to load the cargo better, we might have made enough space, but ... Reha says, don't just chuck stuff in there, make them all line up perfect. And away he goes. Doki says, man, what a gullible kid. Doki's kind of mean, chat. Doki says, hey, what's wrong? You look half asleep. We're going to start loading today. Wash your face and wake up. Everyone's waiting for you. Not everybody, Dogi. Not everybody. Hello, Sahad. He says, oh, we just started loading cargo. Gahaha, it hasn't been that long, but it really feels like we've lived the castaway life forever. I mean, for like a good 40 or 50 hours, I would agree. He says, still, I've got some good memories of the 6 of us exploring this crazy island. He says, did I say 6? I meant 5. Uh-oh. Sahad says, oh well, you want to take one last walk around before we shove off? Kinda doubt you'll find much to appeal to an adventurer, but you could soak up the sights. So, we have a narration that says, it seems like Sahad and the others don't remember anything at all. I wonder what happened to the Great Tree of Origins. Maybe I'll go to the northern regions. Oh. Oh, can we still fast travel? Oh, we can. Okay, is it actually gonna let us walk out of the village, though? No. So, does the warps thing still exist in this timeline? Because Donna wasn't there to explain it? So, okay, well, you know what? We're gonna ignore that plot point. We're just gonna exist here. Nothing remained. No temple, no Great Tree of Origins. It's a very different looking place, actually. Just untamed wilderness, as if nothing had ever been here to begin with. Beams of sunshine peek through the treetops, bathing Adel in their light. Did we just, like, wipe out the Saurian race, too? Did Eternia never exist? Oh no, did we just purge whole civilizations, chat? Wow, Adel. You retroactively just wiped possibly trillions of people? Good job, Adel. You did it. Hello, orange glowing tree at the end.
Hey!
So the rest of the party is here, minus Donna. Rakota says you're here too, Adel. Yeah, why are you guys here? Let's ask that. Says, well, I don't have a reason for being here that makes sense. Well, I'm glad. Well, I'm glad they didn't try to, you know, they didn't try. They're like, yeah, we're just here, whatever. Lexi says, it felt like something was calling out to me, so I left the village and came here. Surprisingly enough, I think that's the reason we're all here. Oh no. What a strange coincidence, chat. Sahad says, I'll say, I didn't expect to find you here too, Adel.
Oh.
Secretly, Sahad counts the Picard on his shoulder as the 6th person. Let's be real, chat. That's how he is. That's where his true strength is.
What is it?
Has this area always looked like this? No. It feels different.
It does feel different. But why?
Not sure. I sort of feel like something big used to be here, though.
Let's explore this area a bit more.
Adel met up with Laxi and the others. Well, we're back to the classic party. We cannot see our equipment to verify what our sword looks like. When I hit the back trigger, I'm not able to see my relics either. Oh! Oh no, chat. I don't have double jump anymore. Oh, or fast run. Oh no, this feels weird, chat. Oh no. We are definitely in the worst timeline. Okay, so trying to leave gets us additional dialogue. So Lexia says, I can't help but feel as though we regret leaving this place right now. Adel, can we walk around this place just a little longer? Sure. Ooh, I go to the old Adel controls. Hello, glowing tree that for some reason we didn't comment upon. Is this the tree of Donna?
This place sure is pretty.
There's nothing here in particular, and yet...
Indeed, it's strange. There's nothing noteworthy about this place, so why does it feel so familiar?
Found Adol! Found red one!
Hey, it's Peril!
Do you feel it too, Peril?
How curious. He's not acting like his usual self.
He's being possessed by the tree.
Adol Kristen, I congratulate you and your friends on your achievement. Thank you for answering my call.
That's a new one. Who's he talking like now?
Huh?
Hello, Pero Donna. Look a little different there, Donna.
A woman?
Or...
What sorcery is this?
What sorcery is this indeed?
What the hell just happened to Peril?
May your lost memories of the forgotten world be yours once again.
She's got tree fingers.
Huh?
What the?
What's all this stuff I'm remembering all of a sudden?
How could I have forgotten all this? The time we spent with Donna, our irreplaceable friend.
These memories have no cause to exist, but I have restored them nevertheless.
Restored? Who are you?
Earth Goddess Maya. Oh, they did reference her a long time ago.
I am Maya,
From the first civilization.
the goddess who created the great tree of origins when the earth was newly born.
Goddess?
Maya. That name sounds familiar.
I believe the Warden Hydra mentioned her.
Good job, Laxia. You remembered.
Maya, creator of the great tree, and evolution along with it. But I heard that you vanished during Hydra's era.
What's a goddess doing here?
I was dreaming. I dreamed a never-ending tapestry of evolution throughout the eras. It was very comforting. But I've since awakened from that dream, and now that world has ceased to be.
Huh?
What's that mean?
I dreamed every phenomenon that transpired in this land,
Your life is a lie.
including the lives of all species, and even the Lacrimosa itself. Thus, when I awaken, the dream must end.
My word.
Quick, kill her. She's the true villain.
Saying we're just fragments of your dream?
A dream that ended. Wait, did it end when we...
Yes. I was awakened when the source of evolution, Theos de Endrogram, ceased to be.
Then we destroyed the world?
But if that is indeed what happened, what is this world we're in right now?
Our life is a lie, chat.
This is a new world I have reconstructed. Due to your actions, the previous world no longer exists. That Eternian girl who led you. She became aware that the world was a dream of mine. Through the act of awakening me, she stopped the Lacrimosa.
Donna did that?
Wait. Why would I ask if the Lacrimosa stopped when she just said the Lacrimosa was stopped? Okay, Adel, we're gonna choose where is Donna. We unmade her, presumably.
At the moment when Theos de Endrogram fell, Donna offered herself in exchange. In doing so, she relinquished her existence.
If only we could have offered Sir Carlin.
Relinquished her existence? Does that mean she disappeared?
Combining her own essence with the power of the psyches contained within Mistletoe. The effect of these two opposing forces caused Donna to sublimate into a higher concept of evolution. Thus, I was able to reconstruct the world from the verge of annihilation.
So you heard it, chat. We wiped out an entire world.
Really planned that far ahead?
We are the best protagonists.
No. She acted without any knowledge of the potential consequences of her actions. By her own hand, she performed an act of God. As recompense, her existence was forfeit. In the history of this new world, Donna never existed. She is only a concept now.
So that's why we forgot her.
You mean we can't see Donna anymore?
Damn it all! This ain't right!
Thank you. I understand. If we are destined to part ways, I want to accept that destiny with a smile and be true to myself when I bid you all farewell.
We have two options. One is, I won't let you say she's forgotten. And the other option is, this is not over yet. Chat is saying this doesn't really seem fair in regards to Donna being wiped out of existence for performing an act of God. Which apparently she didn't really know about, so I guess that takes it away a little bit, the effect. So she just kind of did things and now no longer exists. I'm not gonna say this is not over yet, because we are very much at the end of the game, and we only have post-game, presumably. So we'll say I won't let you say she's forgotten.
What are you talking about?
Adol Kristen, brave child of man. So you still intend to search for Donna?
At all.
I did not expect such an unprecedented situation to occur. The dream woven by you and Donna was rather wonderful. I reconstructed this world because I wish to dream of you again. If you intend to search for Donna, then I shall aid you.
Then she just buries us. Hello, giant gaping portal.
A rift in space.
What is that?
I have opened a way to the Abyss of Origins. If you wish to see Donna again, you must pass through it.
If Donna's really there, then you gotta take me with you, Adol! Of course I shall accompany you too.
I haven't done my morning exercises yet. This might be a good substitute.
Oh, Hummel, we're still not subbing you in.
You heard the goddess, Adol. Let's go see Donna again.
So is this the post-game dungeon actually being introduced as part of the normal gameplay? Because we're in the epilogue. The Abyss of Origins. Well, chat, we did not earn credits yet. We're doing the true ending, I suppose.
So this is the Abyss of Origins?
It's dark and full of ancient plants.
I see light back there!
Should we head toward it?
Yes, so we can see Donna again. Let's go!
Now my question is, did we get all of Donna's items back? We did. Just thinking about what would make the most sense. I don't really want to play as Adol, but we could maybe benefit from him having crit chance. Oh, we could give him the gauntlets. Yeah, let's do that. That would make him a lot better. Yeah, we still have Laxia's insane evade rate. Speaking of which, if I just wanted more evade, I suppose I could just take like the other 25% I had in here somewhere. Oh, yeah, there it is. Like, technically I could do that. You know what, chat? We might as well mess with it a little bit. Just make her more unkillable. You know, that's just like 70% evade. Is there... I wish there was an armor that gave more evade, because that would just be so silly, chat. So silly. Well, I guess we're going to continue forward for now. Goodbye, enemy. We've received coconut. Yeah, we're back to the Hyperion Blade, which they're saying is not made of orichalcum, so what does the weapon description say if we look at it? Oh, we still have her weapons in our inventory. I guess technically we're missing the orichalcum ones. I'm not seeing ones that talk about smiting. You can even bore through orichalcum. See, I'm not noticing ones that say like they're good at killing the monsters explicitly. Oh, this one does. I'm not sure then. Hello, strange monster. So, I don't have a percentage clear of this place, but you know what? I don't think we need any more fights. I guess we got to see how tough they were, and that's good enough. Our evasion rate is just so silly, and we have an auto revive with it. This is just such a good item for me. I don't have to worry about dodging as much.
I can finally relax.
Since we're getting to another save point, I should probably strike a creature just to get a little meter back. There we go, that's good enough. Let's just go into the giant glowing sphere. Nothing bad happened last time we went into a giant glowing sphere we went into, right, chat? This is probably fine. So we did autosave by touching the save point, so let's see what's between us and our destination. It's true, maybe the goddess did restore our weapons. See, they can hand wave that plot hole, it's fine. That looks like a baby evolution. It is summoning all the fights.
What is this? You sure we can handle this thing?
Judging by its shape, it looks like a primitive organism.
Oh, I can't actually get hit here.
Sweet dreams.
Oh yeah, so I assume I just have to keep hitting the creatures until we're able to finish them off. Yeah, so that seems to be the case. So, oh, I can't change my equipment. Sure, we'll take that handicap. Again, Laxia's evade rate should be so high, I basically shouldn't get hit ever at this point. Like, we got tapped once. Okay. Oh, got hit another time. Again, we'll be abusing all our vulnerability frames while trying to dodge skills. You know, this is just a very average everyday occurrence for Adol. Like, you know, he goes from trying to leave the ship to suddenly we're fighting something in the Rift of Space and Time. You know, where all things began. As you do. And again, we're getting so many free dodges. Oh, this equipment setup is gross, chat. Ooh. Let's go ahead and freeze time on this enemy. Nice, so he's now going to be frozen. Our allies are kind of not attacking, which is very disappointing and annoying. Because they should have been doing a lot of damage while we were frozen there. But they chose not to for whatever reason. And again, this thing hits so high in the sky too, it's just so perfect, honestly. So we've taken basically no damage on this optional fight so far. Like, just look at our party health. I am the only one that has taken any damage. Like, that's just silly, chat. I guess it's good I didn't get rid of the freeze. Well, it's getting pretty low in health. We better start summoning some real bosses or it's going to be in trouble. Oh, speaking of which. Oh, I got set on fire. That was very rude of you, game. Very rude of you. Let's freeze time to buy our ally some attack time. This might also freeze the monster, just because we're adding so many freeze procs. Yeah. So we just did a ton of damage to it. Presumably this will be one of the final summons right here. Okay. Take that, X thing of evolution. Oh, you're going back into your bigger self? Or a variation thereof. The source of all life, origin of life. No, Adol, don't kill the origin of life. That doesn't sound like something we should do. Wait a minute. Adol, are you sure about this? We kind of ended the world last time we went off of one of your things. Sure, super boss time.
This must be its true form. Let's go, everyone! Indeed! Let's see Donna again!
Chat, this is so unfair, my dodge rate right now. Can we talk about this? Like, I haven't been hit so far. Oh, chat. I mean, it should have hit me by now, but that's fine. It's a shame we can't abuse the hit stun on this boss. Oh, I finally got hit. You did it, boss. You did it. Also, she's doing a lot of damage to it. Well, hello, boss. So we've only been injured a little tiny bit so far. Oh, we got hit by that. I'll do my best to dodge normally, but yeah, we're kind of tanking this boss. Poor boss. The power of Laxia is too much. We now have 2 heavy hitters with decent crit chance, basically just adding free damage whenever we're doing anything. I like how it's doing like this weird fidgety thing towards us sometimes. Not really sure why it does that. If I had the ability to extra skill here, I think this boss would have died. That's a shame. Oh, it paralyzed me. That's not good. So I can't dodge. I was just gonna tank the hit with Sahad, honestly, there, chat. Oh, what is this? Okay, it had a bubble. This thing's got a lot of health, but we're gonna keep whittling away at it. So far we've not had to use any items. So we're doing pretty good from that department. Looks like our allies are slowly getting injured, but I don't think it super matters because they have such a good crit chance that I'm okay with them doing 30% more crit. Ooh, I did get hit there. Ooh, twice. That's bad luck. I'm gonna save up my extra skill for when we stun it. I think we'll stun it before it's done. What is it doing? Oh, massive explosion, of course. Well, I'm glad I'm not over there. Ooh, it's doing multi-strikes now. It's getting aggressive, chat. Well, next time it's stunned, I'm pretty sure it's dead regardless. Oh. Okay. Okay, chat, it forced me to heal once. Just once. You did it, boss. You did it, optional boss, for presumably true ending. Oh, now Sahad's using the rock move, whatever. Ooh, I got paralyzed. I actually can't dodge that while paralyzed. Okay, it's knocked down, so I'm gonna hopefully see the damage glitch. We'll see what happens. Come on, Sahad, attack. Ah, he wasn't aggressive enough, chat. Of course Sahad could deal with this enemy. What? Oh, Sahad's still alive. That was random. Don't really know what it did there, but that was kind of nasty. Okay, we killed it. I wasn't sure what it did there. Honestly, I thought it killed me, because it did a lot of damage. I mean, that was like, what, 3,500 to Sahad or something? I was basically at full health, and he got reduced down to 1,000.
Huh? How do we end up here?
We're back where we started.
So you have returned.
What's going on? I thought you said we would see Donna again.
Did you pull a fast one on us?
As I stated earlier, Donna is a concept now. She no longer exists. She is everywhere and nowhere. And now, she is here.
Donna, you're wearing clothes. What happened?
The newest member of the Pantheon. Donna, the goddess of evolution.
What?
Goddess?
Donna! 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 We finally found you, Donna! Ricotta? Alexia?
Why were you playing hide and seek with us?
I'm sorry. I don't think you can perceive me unless you've made contact with the origin of life.
a lot for us. The Tribaldo family always pays their debts in full. But this might be too much for even me to repay.
Hummel.
He's right. I don't know how I could ever repay you either. The whole Grecian region is safe now, thanks to you, Donna.
Sahad. Adol.
I'm gonna say I was worried about you. Versus thank you.
I was so desperate at the time, and the next thing I knew, I had become this. But I'm glad I got to see you again.
In the beginning, the newborn world of my dream was stagnant and unchanging. Thus did I establish selection and rejection, and create a tree to foster evolution.
The Great Tree of Origins.
That Warden Hydra told us the same thing.
Yes, the dream woven by the never-ending cycle of evolution was very wonderful. But constant change will inevitably give rise to anomalies. Adol and Donna. The circumstances that brought you together were one of these anomalies. But I did not expect it to tear open a seam in the world and bring about my awakening.
I guess we can ask her what she's gonna do now. I mean, I feel like the Lacrimosa won't happen because she's awake, so I don't really see the point in asking that, but we should ask her what she's gonna do now.
After this, I shall return to my eternal slumber.
No, don't do that. That's when terrible things happened.
As long as I sleep and dream, the Lacrimosa will return one day.
Wow, you're terrible.
But in the future, the Lacrimosa will be entrusted to the goddess of evolution.
Donna?
But the Lacrimosa put Donna through so much pain. Won't it be tough for her to take care of it now?
Yes, in all honesty, I'm not confident in my ability to do so. But this time, I'm not alone. I will have help.
Worst goddess ever, chat. I guess they now exist too.
Everyone, thank you for your help.
Sarai.
And the Wardens of Evolution.
Yes. By your actions, we have been freed from our duty as wardens.
And now we have to serve you forever.
We will assist Donna in overseeing the evolutionary process.
I think we understand the people of this world better now. If we can act in accordance with the era and use the Lacrimosa properly, I think we can use evolution to make the world a far better place.
I don't know about all that.
I agree with Sahad on that one.
Fine if you and Donna are handling the Lacrimosa now.
Yes, decide who gets purged.
Yes. But never forget. Should this world rapidly fall into chaos, the Lacrimosa may come sooner than expected.
So we solved nothing.
We will be keeping a watchful eye on this world. We cannot hesitate to come to its defense. Isn't that right, Goddess Donna?
Yes, that is the task we've been given by Earth Goddess Maya.
Guess we better not slack off then.
Yes, we must be resolute. We cannot disappoint Donna or the Wardens.
We'll be fine.
live our lives the best we can.
He says, not knowing he's going to be in many more games.
It is time, Donna. Time for me to sleep once again.
Wow, she's awake for like 10 minutes, and now she's going to go to sleep for centuries.
Adol, please allow me to keep my promise before we go.
Okay, tell us your vision.
Your promise?
You did promise us it.
I made a promise to you all.
Oh, the other promise that you're going to smile.
After we defeated the Okeanos, we saw in a vision that we would go our separate ways. So I wanted to say goodbye to you all on my own terms.
Guess I'll say I remember.
Thank you. Adol, though you only came to know me after you arrived on this island, I've known you for a very long time. When I was all alone in this world, in the midst of despair, seeing how you and your friends lived gave me the strength to go on. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me that strength. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for accepting me as your friend. And finally, thank you from the bottom of my heart for finding me.
I guess we'll say I should be thanking you.
Thank you.
I'm glad we met. I'm glad I finally got to keep this promise.
Donna.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
My friends, I know how sad this is, but we really must part now. Thank you. Goodbye.
One week later. They did say it would take a week.
The weather's nice and the water's calm. We should be able to leave the Isle of Seiren without any problems.
Sahad,
I don't think we'll have any issues making it to Sunyan Port either.
you could probably taunt fly to the nearest port.
I never thought this day would come. For as long as I was a castaway here, my time here felt remarkably short.
Well, you've been here longer than any of us. It's probably just starting to sink in now.
Ha! True. But now I can return to my true calling as an explorer. Since this really is the end, I think I'll take one last walk on the island.
You be careful now. We'll be ready to depart once Dogi finishes checking the cargo. I think that might take him a while, though. If there's something you need to finish, or something you forgot, best take care of it now, Adol.
Okay, so we're still getting more gameplay. I can't say I thought the game would continue beyond where we were, but here we are. So I could talk to a whole bunch of people. I'm not sure what he's saying, what else we could do. I just want to check if we're allowed to teleport anywhere. No. Okay, he said talk to Dogi when we're done, right? So I guess I'll hold these two for last, and we'll go around talking to everybody else. So Kathy says the cargo is loaded and our course is charted. The wind's just right. We finally managed to keep our promise to the captain. We really did it. Now let's get going. So we'll have one little final talk. Sister Nia says, this is a wonderful place. Everyone supports one another and is so considerate. Of course, there are also hardships, frustrations, and irrationality. For now, let's praise our Celestial Master for uniting us. Most of all, I'm thankful for everyone here. We can all cry and laugh together. I like how I went to talk to Laxia and I talked to Ed somehow by accident, so oops. So Ed says, now, once we climb aboard, it'll be time to say farewell to the island. If you think about it, we've dealt with so much here. Even the low points feel like good memories now. Once he's older, I can understand my stories. I'll tell him about his birthplace.
Adol.
Hello, Allison. The big day is finally here. I was pretty lonely to start with, without my husband here. But everyone's been here for me, and it's meant more to me than I can say. Again, thank you very much, Adol. Luke says, kya kya, baby sounds. Hello, Laxia. So she says, take a look, Adol. I'm a better caretaker now, no? I suppose nobody in the village remembers Donna at all. The time spent with her, the fights they fought together, the joy they shared. Luke is confused.
Well, let's see.
Lexia says, you're very right. Today is a joyous day. Let's put a smile on our faces. I'm sure that's what she wants. Good to go. We're good to go. Hello, Merelda. She says, the voyage without the captain is a little bit worrisome, but we've all been able to overcome so many issues together. No matter what comes our way, we will rise above it. Anyway, as long as I'm around, your bellies will be satisfied. Please look forward to the menu I made for our ocean adventure. Okay, let's talk to Griselda. She says, I never thought this day would come. Much has happened, but it has served as an opportunity to work with many different people. In a sense, this is a bittersweet moment. But I mustn't let myself wallow in sentimentality. I must return to... I really forget how she said that, and I feel so bad, because there's a whole game named after this. But the kingdom she's from to assist in handling the rebellion. We might end up checking that game out, if the chat is interested in the series. So anyway, Euron says, I'll have to just leave them behind. They've been helpful, but there's no room. I only came here initially to catch Nameless. Not like I didn't already have enough to deal with. Since I report on the incident and attend my colleague's funeral... Oh, have to report, excuse me. Well, at least I'll be able to close the case. Hello, Dina. She says, my business here is going to close soon, and she's crying. She says, don't misunderstand, I'm not getting all teary-eyed because I'm emotional or anything, I just got something in both my eyes. And merchants don't stock tears. Hello, quest board. Do you have any Easter eggs? Nope, just no quests available. We'll go back in the cave. The ship is setting sail soon. There's no reason to enter this cave. Fair enough. Hello, Franz. Says, alright, I think this is enough tidying up for now. Lastly, I think I'll serve everyone a nice pot of tea. The villagers seem to be troubled by something. I'll go around and talk to everyone. Okay, nobody back here. Doing our little rolls all the way through here. Well, let's climb the hill and talk to Kathleen once more. She says, guess it's time for me to say goodbye to the smithy. I'll never forget my time here. Looking back, I forged much more than weapons and armor in this place. The fires of experience have forged me into a better blacksmith than I was before. You're probably tired of hearing this, but I really can't thank you enough. Yeah, everybody's gonna be saying that, I have a feeling. Or at least the remaining people will. Hello, Hummel. He says, as a black market transporter, I always lived alone. I enjoy solitude, and that current situation hasn't changed that. But, looking at Castaway Village, I feel something welling up inside of me. It's like the feeling I got from the place where I spent my childhood. I think the time that I spent here is something valuable to me. I'm gonna say I feel the same. Hummel says, I see. Hearing that from you is a comfort to me. Seems like there's time till we depart. If I forgot anything, I failed as a transporter. I'll check the area a little bit more before I head out. It's true. He transported and didn't charge. Hello, Austin, you're up here now. He says, oh, good day to you, Adol. I'm just taking one last look around this place, that I may properly remember it. My time here has certainly made for its share of memorable experiences. He says, which no doubt means I'll be quite busy with my work upon my return. I'm simply burning with the urge to create, to make something new. It's simply a matter of time before the word of Austin, Master Artiste, blankets all of Arisia. Well, we'll see about that, chat. So we talked to everybody here. Anybody on the hill? Ooh, quite a few people on the hill. Hello, Thanatos. Says it seems like Rakota finally understands what it means to say goodbye. No matter what happens, the Isle of Siren will always be her home. Even if she leaves, that will not change. I would like Rakota to come and visit this island again someday. Hello, Master Kong. He seems impressed. Hello, Shubil. Rakota says, okay, Mentor, I'm going now. I thought I could come to see you anytime. Oh, I thought I could come see you anytime thanks to warping, but I can't do that once I leave. Mentor. And she's crying. Shubil speaks. Rakota says, I'm not crying. I'm gonna do like you said. I won't cry, I'll be strong. You taught me lots of things. I'm grateful for everything, Mentor. I'll definitely come back, so until we meet again. Okay, kind of a bittersweet moment. We're just gonna power jump our way into here. Oh, the Picards are loaded. Look at that, they're not there. Hey, Reha. Says, I'm wondering one last time. I'll leave the seedlings. I'm sure they'll grow by themselves. He says, it's okay. These guys are strong and won't wither. Says, after this is done, I have to pick up Quina. If I take too much time, the Picard might run away again. So we're gonna leave everything where it is. Hello, Licht. He says, I've been helped by the herbs grown here so much. Even after we leave, I want them to grow strong. Alright, let's get on the ship once Queen is finished. She's been such a help, I'd like to thank her. Do we have any new seashells as like a hidden Easter egg? No. That would have been a nice touch if Donna had an updated message there. Quina says, they are all done. I planted a bunch of flower seeds so the captain won't get lonely. That's true, chat. We haven't seen Mishi anywhere. What's up with that? Quina says, thank you very much, Captain. I promise I'm never, ever gonna forget you. She's gonna keep moving forward. Captain Barbaros lies here. Rest in peace. That's the last time we'll ever touch that, chat. So I guess with that, we've talked to everybody possible. So let's go talk to Sahad. Oh, actually, I don't think I talked to you yet. Oh, you got your weapon out. Battle stance.
Adol.
Says, oh, Adol, feel like crossing swords? We won't have many opportunities to spar on the ship. So let's work up a sweat while we can. Talk to Sahad. Oh. We'll talk to Dogi then, never mind. Then we'll talk to Sahad. So he says, when we finish examining the cargo, we're gonna depart. He says he's getting excited.
Adol.
He says, hey Adol, seemed like you've changed a bit lately. He says, guess something nice happened. Fill me in later, would you? I forgot. Wow, let's not go with that option. We'll choose it'll be a long story. Doki says he likes the sound of that. We'll have plenty of time from now on. Don't say that, Doki. You're just asking for bad things. We earned a little rest. Why do I have a feeling the next game is just like, you land, finally, after escaping the island, and just immediately into the next game. Like something completely terrible happens. Anyway, let's talk to Sahad. He says, how did he say? I was gonna say So Union, but he said Union or something like that. Port should be a few days voyage from here. I'll take the helm, don't worry, I promise I'll get us there. Oh, thank you. Don't let Cathu take the wheel. We'll all go down. We'll go the way of the captain at this rate. And the Lombardia won. I'm gonna say, I knew I could count on you. Of course we could count on Sahad, chat. Of course. He's very happy about that. He says, you'll all finally get to see my navigating skills at work. Man, I never would have expected saying goodbye to Donna was gonna go like that. But hey. She's always gonna be watching over us. So I guess there's no need to be sad. Alright, whenever you're ready to set sail, let me know. Oh, I fell right off. I saw Picard's. Hello, Sir Carlin. He says, come everyone, it's time we set off. He says, don't be silent. Why am I here with the livestock of all things? Oh, Carlin. Shrewd Picard. Picky. Tough Picard. Pukey. Wait, where's the other one? Oh, there it is. Quick Picard. Picky. Well, I think with that, we're going to choose the depart option. We've talked to everybody, I'm pretty sure. It says, oh, you ready to go? No, let's go. Alright, I'll get started on boarding the other castaways first. So wow, Chad, we finally earned we still haven't reached the credits. To me, this is mind-blowing. We're still going, Chad. I guess we'll have to see about the post-game content next time, and then we'll probably swap into the next game. I would not have expected this epilogue to take over an hour. But, here we are.
Waiting on you guys to board. Guess we should start boarding.
Tally-ho!
Something wrong, Laxia?
After everything that's happened on this island, I suppose I thought if I finally did manage to leave, that I would be happier.
I sort of know how you feel. I'll never forget the things what happened here. I'll always treasure the time I spent here with you guys.
I won't forget either.
As a transporter, my time here was well spent.
Fate may have brought us all together. But the reason we're standing here today is because of Donna's guidance and your leadership, Adol. So, thank you.
I got to see my father again because of you, Adol.
And you're the reason I was able to complete my delivery.
Knowing you, I bet you're already planning your next big adventure. But I do hope we meet again someday, wherever that happens to be. I assure you, when the time comes, you will meet a far more confident Laxia von Roswell.
I'll say I'm looking forward to it versus I'll work hard too.
Yeah.
Yes, I will do my utmost. Thank you for everything.
All right, anchors away. Time to set sail.
So I'm left with a lot of questions, actually, since we kind of messed with the timeline. Oh, we're getting like a credit style with the different protagonists. Hummel returned to the Roman Empire, where he quietly resumed his work as a transporter. Wow, that's really fast. Over the course of his work, he met the daughter of the wealthy noble, eventually proposed marriage to him. But he declined her offer and continued work as a transporter while also managing the orphanage where he spent his childhood. Jeez, that text is fast. Ricotta Beldine. Okay, Chad, I have to be on my A game. After escaping the Isle, she traveled the world with her father, Thanatos Beldine. A peace treaty was finally signed between the Roman Empire and the Kingdom of Voltogo, and the seas became safe once again. Soon after, Ricotta and her father traveled to Central Africa, known as the Dark Continent, but their whereabouts are unknown. Okay. Sahad Nautilus returned to his homeland, Crete, where he reunited with his beloved wife and daughter. Though the details are scarce, it is said that he lived the rest of his days in peace. Darn, chat. However, tales eventually spread about the large boisterous fisherman who helped his fellow castaways in the Isle of Siren. Laxia von Roswell. While studying abroad at the Gilead Academy, she reunited with her father. Soon after, he began extensively researching primordials and devoting herself to restoring her noble house. Garnering wide acclaim from both the public at large and the other noble house, she became known as one of the leading experts on primordials. Adult Christian. To be seen in the next game is what it should say. Parted ways with the other castaways after docking in Greek. His current whereabouts are unknown. Based on fragments of available information, he stayed in Greek for a short time before eventually traveling west. Nearly 100 travelogues, each chronicling his adventures, have become discovered in his childhood home. Their full contents have yet to be revealed. Again, that dialogue is a little too fast. I don't know why it goes like that. We're not getting anything on Dogi? Whatever, game. Wow, just the protagonists. That's it? No love for Dogi? Like, sorry, Dogi. It's not called the Dogi Chronicles. No Dogi love, chat. What happened to the cards? Ooh, anime cutscene. Ease 8. Lacrimosa of Donna. Okay, are these the official credits? I just want to make sure. Okay, we got the official credits. So while the credits play, I'm going to talk about something I was thinking about. Oh, apparently it's just voice acted by Ken in all capitals. But anyway, besides that, so now I'm kind of confused as to what actually has happened in the timeline. So I guess the other kingdoms still rise and fall for the most part, and then the Wardens also exist and are now immortal, and we changed the timeline somehow. So I guess we forced them to work for her regardless. Not really sure what the difference is there. So I guess they were still wiped out, so we didn't really save them. And I guess Eternia didn't exist, so Donna didn't technically exist either. So there's no Olga or Rastel or anybody else, presumably. Because the whole reason that kingdom was built up is because the Tree of Origins was there. But then we undid the Tree of Origins, so their whole prosperous kingdom never happened. So that means maybe Io didn't really also become a maiden, because there's no such thing as maidens. These are the things I'm thinking about, chat, while the credits are going through. So I'm not quite sure what that means to the history of the world. I suppose it's not super important to answer it, but it did just kind of undo a lot of things that seemed a bit more finite in nature. There were a couple characters that said whereabouts unknown, and Rakota was one of them. Sahad was another one. Hummel, I guess, will not really show up again, given the way his ended, but I guess to be seen. Yeah, the history of the world is, they still die, whatever. Like, because didn't the other nations just only get wiped out because of the tree? I guess they're not worthy or something, I suppose. Or Donna just really didn't like the other species. I'm not really sure what my takeaway of that should be, honestly. So, I guess we'll go over my general thoughts about the game in general. I was very pleasantly surprised. It was a very rocky start to get this game to run on Steam. As a reminder, it was very not friendly. I think mostly because things like my graphics card didn't recognize that this game was a game, and all sorts of weird issues I can't say I've ever seen a Steam game go through. But ultimately, I think it was definitely worth the time to go through and just kind of set it up. So I'm not sure how smooth the console versions of it run in particular. I imagine, obviously, the setup wouldn't be there, but I feel from a frame rate wise and the way the game ran in general, I didn't really see any issues while we were streaming. It felt pretty smooth once I worked out what that original issue was. I think at this point, I might pick up more of the series. As I said before, I played some of the really old ones. Not like the remastered, but like back on the SNES kind of era games. So... Oh, I guess they're all happy together. I guess Donna might have also led a normal life, is what this is implying here, question mark? So, I might try out some of the older games. Oh, Donna Forever, thank you. So I think we might try some of the older games that have been remastered, just to see how we feel about them. So I have, like, for example, the Origin game, which chronologically is the first. And now we are getting more content, and it looks like quite a lot of content, actually. Wait a minute. So we have a new raid, which I'm not surprised about. A new dungeon, unlocked by meeting certain conditions. Expanded gallery mode, time attack, clear data. Upon beating the game, you will be prompted to create clear data. If you load this data from the title screen, you can start a new game with transferred items and other bonuses. So you can see there's two options here. Transfer data and start from beginning, resume before the final battle. You can also resume the game from just before the final battle while maintaining your status from the clear data. So I guess if you wanted to purposely kind of speed through the game, you might still be able to get a better ending, maybe, by like purposely doing like a handful of quests, but not all of them, so you wouldn't get the good ending. Well, let's go ahead and save, because that would be very sad if we couldn't go back and do that. So this one was just post-battle, so let's just overwrite this one. We have some other ones in case we need to go back. So let's return to the title screen. So I think I would want to see how the other games kind of looked and feel, and see if the chat is interested in it. I imagine none of them are voiced, even in the remaster, except for maybe 7. One thing I want to kind of ease the chat into is that the order of the games, like how this one is the 8th one, this is not the 8th game in chronological order. Like, technically the 7th game is after this game. Just to give you an idea of how confusing the timeline is. I think it's something like Origin 1, 2, 4, 3, 5, 8, 6, 7. I think are the order of the games, if I'm not mistaken. So don't worry. So don't worry about it. It just kind of comes out whenever. It's fine. Well, I think we'll take a look at the gallery, but I think next time we're gonna go look at the post-game content. But I'm thinking if the chat's in agreement, we might just try out one of the earlier games, as I said before. They're not particularly long, because again, they're just remakes / remasters of the older games, which at the time would mean smaller size of games in general, so I don't imagine that would take more than a couple of streams. Oops, had a weird glitch moment there. So let's take a look at the gallery real quick and see what we unlocked. So we could apparently view all of the events in the game. So don't see any that appear to be missing. And apparently we unlocked the true ending. So ending 1, ending 2, true ending. It's possible that... Oh, we can apparently just play all the cutscenes back to back, so that's kind of interesting. And we can review all the approval events, so that is kind of nice, I suppose. Take a look at the image gallery, so we see all the old images here. I guess we'll cycle through some of them. Adel's first dream, tending to her flock too. So we could kind of go back through and see some of the artwork here, which is kind of a nice touch. Poor Sarai, that wasn't really Sarai. That's kind of neat to go back through this. I think we'll just kind of skim to the end of this one. But yeah, and then I think after that we'll probably take a little bit of a break from the series, because I don't want to burn out on one particular series. And I feel like, you know, maybe we'll spotlight ones that are probably lesser known in terms of RPGs. Some of which I haven't played, or at least I might have played it for a short period of time, but never got around to beating it. Kind of like Shadow Hearts, where technically I think I played it just a little bit. I definitely was thinking of a different game for that playthrough, but in general, you know, like I play tested it. It seemed okay, but I never actually got around to playing it formally. Oh, apparently we can even zoom in if we really want to, so we could kind of reenact the scroll of the story, I suppose. Hello, Yantos. You're saying the Siren Island is based off the Sacronic Islands off of Greece. Makes sense. I think we can all agree, chat, that we do not appreciate Africa being called the Dark Continent. I think we can all agree that that is just a really terrible name to give it. They did that. They did that, chat. That's what they decided it should be nicknamed. I don't agree with it. So those are all the images so far. So I suppose if we really wanted to, we could play through again. I feel like I need to give the game a bit of a break if I want to do a New Game Plus, like formally all the way through, but potentially we could see the other endings, like by purposely not saving anybody. Like technically I think you could let Sir Carlin die, so just throwing that out there, chat. For those of you that just say, you know what, good enough, you can just leave him the Isle of Solitude, and then he'll never escape. That could be your true ending. So I'm just going to briefly touch Time Attack, just so we could see what this is about. We'll not play through it, of course, but I'm just curious. So it says Time Attack unlocked. In this mode, you could fight any bosses that you've already encountered and try to beat your record time. Press triangle to switch between different play modes. Clear times will be recorded for each difficulty and play time. Your character levels and equipment and items are predetermined for each boss. But you can press options to open the camp menu and assign skills, adjust ally behaviors, and change accessories. So we could refight... Oh! Okay, so we can refight all of these bosses because we've fought them before. But chat, I'm seeing one boss we haven't fought yet, and that tells me that that boss is going to be in that bonus dungeon. Now, technically, I could do Inferno difficulty. Eternia mode. Interesting. Also, that's kind of funny because, like, right now it's like the I guess I'll just briefly select, like, the first boss or something just to see this. Okay, so puts us at a set level. I'm just kind of curious what this does. All of our skills are maxed. So even though we're at level 5, we got all these other ones. I don't know if we've honestly unlocked all of these skills or not, or at least I don't remember, like, prominent shot.
Yes, right there. Yeah, here. You're done. Over here. Press on. Need healing.
Wow, that did a ton of damage. I'm just kind of curious how hard the game actually gets. This is pretty difficult. But again, Laxia kind of hit stunning them does help us a lot. Oh, he sniped me. What a jerk. Oh, I don't have my rock move. Wait a minute. Poor Laxia. It's been so long since we've seen their default colors. Oh, I only did it on Nightmare. I mean, it does look like the game gets fairly challenging. I would say for people that are pretty comfortable with action games, like I would say I'm pretty comfortable with action games. I feel like it was a mistake to put it on normal, because sometimes I feel like game difficulty could be all over the place. Rogue Galaxy. So, you know, I probably should have put it on hard. I don't know if I should have done Nightmare necessarily, but I probably should have played through on hard in retrospect. But it is what it is. I don't remember Inferno being a difficulty, but I'm assuming I unlocked that difficulty because I beat the game. I remember Nightmare being a difficulty, but not Inferno. So, just out of curiosity, if we go to the true ending... So I could choose to restart if I really want to, or start from the final battle. Okay. So, I'm thinking for now, this is a good place to take a break, because presumably this final dungeon will take a little bit of time. And then we can transition over into the new game, I think, next time. But for now, I'd just like to say thank you all for joining. Hopefully you enjoyed the game. In terms of plot, we'll be exploring a little bit of the post-game. We'll just briefly touch the New Game Plus options, just to see what we could do in terms of like replayability for the future. We'll just kind of make note of it. Kirk was asking if that was a one-shot. Well, I mean, like, I beat it in one try. Laxia took a couple hits. I think she died in 3 hits, technically. So, yeah, it does seem like there's a decent amount of replayability with the game. I mean, I can imagine, like, I'm just imagining if you could carry over things like all the elixirs you've been using, how silly that'll be. Like, can you imagine, Chad, if you just decided to dump all the items onto Adel, and then you start the game over, and you have, like, plus 200 strength and defense, and then, like, 2,000 bonus health? Like, could you imagine, Chad? You're like, hold on, Adel the God has arrived. Oh man, it could just continually scale into the heavens. No, actually Lexia was decently injured. I think I was a little below half when the bat scream got me. I got clipped by, I think, a shockwave. But yeah, so the other games play very differently from this one. The closest that comes to the full party system like this is 7, which if we wanted to continue in chronological order, we could do that one next, technically. The one that was before that, I think it was 6, introduced the 3 weapon system. So it still focuses on mostly Adel as the primary party member. From my understanding, the next game, like as in like the game that is not quite released on Steam, but is technically out on console, that game will take place, I think, even further in the timeline, and will also have a party-based system. Right. Yeah, I was thinking 6 is next. Yeah, I think it's technically 8, 6, 7. It's very strange and out of order, but it's fine. Yeah, I'm hoping 9 ends up being like this. So if the chat doesn't end up liking the older style gameplay, which is fair, it's probably going to be a lot more basic, and I'm not sure how deep the plot will be of the older ones. We could probably bump up to something like we would probably skip 1 and 2, and then maybe start going to maybe 3 or 4. in terms of remakes. I think the only one I would not have access to by the end of the year would be 5. Right, I'm sorry. I might have spoke in general, but yeah, I'm sorry. I meant to say it's out in console in Japan as of the time of this. Yeah, I'm waiting for that 2021 release for the US version of the game. So I'm thinking we'll try out Origin after we go through the post game, and there's a couple of games on my watch list that just to kind of update everybody. I'm planning to probably purchase a bulk of games for the stream in December when the sales kind of line up a bit better. So definitely, if you have any suggestions or would like to see certain content over others, like certain styles of RPGs or different action games, or maybe something slower paced, like Suikoden was turn-based, for example, then yeah, just always feel free to just whisper or send a shout or something like that, and I'll take a look into it because I know, for example, Yentos had mentioned a game, sort of like Gujian 3, which I will probably pick up by the end of the year. And then I think, for example, some people talked about Shining Tier was an example of a different kind of RPG series, the Shining series. We'll probably take a look at that very soon. And I think somebody else had asked me if I'd played Drakengard before, and that answer is no, but I technically own it, so we could end up streaming that as well. So I think for now, it's safe to say that we got about as far as we're going to get. So thank you all for joining, and have a good day or a good night, depending on the time zone.